Hello and welcome. It's Soul Saturday. Hello, everybody. Hello, Soup, Nerdlord, Whimsiest, Ruffian, Remus, Lore, Chio. Hello, Lurker. Hello, Mudkip. Oh my goodness. Soup, go take your meds. Hello, Wolf Archer. And Her Highness, thank you very much for 15 months with your Prime Gaming. That's very kind of you. Thanks for sticking around for so goddamn long. Did you guys know, at least if I remember correctly, the 16th of this month will be my 3-year anniversary here on Twitch. True and proper. I'm pretty sure the 16th is when I first started streaming. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are very kind. And of course, it wouldn't mean anything without you guys. So I am happy to have spent these last 3 years with you guys. And my God, what a 3 years it's been. Holy shit. We got partner in like sub 2 years. We had our partner anniversary not too long ago. My God. That literally would not be possible without all you guys. So cheers to all of you. Thank you guys so much. And here's to 3 more years. Hold on, let me adjust my headset real quick, and then we'll pop over. And I'll show you guys all the little stuff that we've done on this last map if you haven't seen it already. Also, another thing. Hey, do you know that I'm a complete dumbass? Apparently there's a feature on YouTube where you can tag it with an appropriate tag, like it was Twitter, and it'll put it in people's relevant feeds. Don't talk about my friend that way. So I just went through and I tagged all of my recent Pathfinder streams. We'll see what happens. I doubt a new person's gonna come through and watch an 11-hour stream like what we did last night. But you know, it might draw their attention. So we'll see what happens. Well, all right. So real quick, this is our beginner box for or my beginner box for Atis. We have the little chambers here. We've got our beginning, our first like boss encounter, a like overwhelming encounter. They're gonna meet the kobolds. We're gonna do some recall knowledge and some lore here in these 2 rooms. They're gonna get their own little first puzzle in this room. And then they're going to get another combat encounter in this room here. And this is what we've made so far. I think it looks fucking awesome. I definitely have cooked with this map. My God. I was initially, like I've talked about before, this style of map where like everything's condensed. And you can sort of like explore all of it in one map. I'm so used to making like localized, like one style, or like big encounter maps is what it is. So like everything happens on one map. There's no map transition. But with Mr. Ultimus here, I have a lot of the commissions that I've been working on have been this style. So it's sort of gotten me out of my comfort zone. And I think going forward, we're gonna try and do some more maps like these, and hopefully, I'll get better at it as time goes on. I was always very hesitant because I was like, oh, you can't show that much detail, but you actually can. You can actually show a hefty amount of detail, as it were. I think my biggest thing was like brushes, right? Because I was very hesitant on like how brushes would look at such a small scale. But this is one of my favorite rooms right here. This room right here with the sarcophagus and the other sarcophagus, I like the other coffins, the shadows being emitted from the pillars, the sort of hewn or the sort of like dusty and craggy floor where you can see like some of the tiles have been kicked up or scuffed. One of my favorite portions of the map. Now we're going to work on the second floor. I'm still following a general pattern or general design from Menace Under Otari. So we're going to go ahead and start. We got, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 rooms. Oh, excuse me. On the second floor, it becomes much more like subterranean almost. A lot more caves, a lot more like craggy rock and everything like that. So that'll be fun. And then of course there is the final encounter room, which is the large boss room. So we'll be trying to cook with that as well, trying to figure out what the hell is going to be our final boss. Oh, Basil. He's eating. This is my little guy. Math looks sick. Give me. Well, like I've said before in the past, once I'm done, like once I've finished all of it, I will be putting these maps on the Patreon. Of course, they're hyper specific, right? They're like, they're what you'd expect for an ATIS game. So it might be a little hard to put in your world because I make some very specific details, like the statue with a massive like halo or like a burning halo. So,
hey, what's up?
What's up, baby?
Sorry, I'm on my old computer, so I had to like my sound settings weren't doing the thing they were supposed to be doing, so I'm still in recovery mode.
Oh God, you haven't. Is OBS and shit still like breaking?
Oh, everything's good. No, everything works. Okay. Everything works good. Yeah, I took my previous computer that I had earlier this year. I got this brand new spanking awesome computer. And then like a month there, I'm pretty sure what's happening is the CPU's fucked on it right now. Because I got a message from the manufacturer being like, hey, just so you know, we're aware of the generation 13 and 14 Intel CPUs having hardware malfunctions. And I'm like, what?
Nice.
And they were like, so update your BIOS. And so if you're having any issues, update your BIOS. I went, okay, and I did. And they said that the CPU's warranty is now extended out to 3 years because of it, because of Intel's fuck up. And but yeah, so it was fine, but then starting a couple of weeks ago, things started intermittently crashing, and then of course my OBS just started suddenly closing on our announcement day. So I messaged them back like, hey, help, help,
Help me.
help me. And yeah, so they were like, all right. And so over the past couple of days, we kept doing a series of things. They're like, yeah, I'm not really seeing an issue here. And can we check and look at all this stuff? And I went, okay, and I'm just like, shit just keeps closing. Like everything's just closing randomly. And then as time went on, it just crashing started happening just really almost immediate. And I'm just like, this fucking sucks. So they were like, can you try all these things? And I said, okay. So I unplugged all the USB port, anything that was plugged in USB that might have been causing an issue. I did a clean boot where nothing started up except for what needed to start up. And then I tried and I still was getting, and then the crashing just started getting even worse.
Oh, Jesus.
So I said, fuck this, let's nuke it to the ground. So we did. I nuked it. I tried to. And in the middle, it was like, it would stop and then boot back desktop. Like, yeah, I can't do it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do it? You know?
Beep boop, wrong.
Yeah, well, I guess whatever's wrong with it, it just keeps interfering with all the programs so they're not going to completion. So I'm just like, okay, this computer is a wash. So I messaged them and told them, here is a giant list. I'm like, here's everything I have tried. Nothing worked. I've even tried starting it from scratch and it won't let me even wipe the computer with Windows tools. So what are we doing? Like, I'm kind of like, all right, so I don't know what the solution is here, but give me a solution. It's the weekend. I'm sure I'll hear something in the week. But in the meanwhile, I pulled out my old PC from that I was using earlier this year and set it all up, and I plugged in my new archive drive, which I was really worried about, and apparently everything linked up perfectly. So OBS is good, and the book files are good, and the book is good. That's my main concern. I was like, I just need this book file.
Yeah, dear God, please don't fuck my book.
Yeah, that's where it is. I'm just like, I just really need this to fucking work, and it is. So everything's working. Nothing's wrong with this computer right now. I had to run a couple of updates, but so I've just been doing that today, just so we're good to go for next week.
Nice.
And we can actually do an announcement proper.
We're streaming and everything come Monday?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so we should be good to go on D&D Monday. D&D Monday, D&D Wednesday, announcement stream Thursday. We should be good.
Do we know if we have Summer back yet?
Summer should be back, yeah.
Okay.
Summer's gonna be part of the session 0 today, so yeah, she should be back. You're gonna need that tank. So yeah, that's everything. Oh my God, I had this weird dream today. I woke up, my brain was like electrified. It was so weird. I was swimming underwater. I could breathe underwater for some reason, like some apparatus. And then so I was like, the shrimp's coming. And I'm like, what? And this giant, massive, like Subnautica sized, like a Hydra shrimp covered in purple fuzz and electrified, and it's moving around. It was approaching, and I was like, oh fuck. And I'm swimming away, and I'm trying to get back up to the surface to like get the fuck out. Meanwhile, I guess I was also trying to like get something else set up before it arrived, and that wasn't working, and people were fleeing. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, that was weird. Like, I wasn't scared, but it was very weird. But my brain was like, bzz, like it was just like I kept feeling these like jolts in my mind as I was waking up. It was a very strange feeling. Yeah.
Damn, brother.
Yeah, man.
Your brain's like, I need to outlet my creativity now.
I guess so. I haven't really done much these past couple of days, except I tweaked the elite CR numbers so that they're actually a little easier now. The boss CRs are a little more, just a pinch more difficult.
Just a tiny itty bitty smidge.
Yep. That's pretty much it. So, but I did it so that it was easy to like. It's easier to make like elite and boss CRs now. So, like the last formula was a little convoluted, so this one's a little more straightforward. And specifically was when we were talking about raising and lower CR in D&D yesterday, and I was looking at the numbers, and the numbers were the fucking same. Like it was just like, CR up, 6 more damage. CR down, 6 less damage. I was like, what the a CR up, 15 more hit points. CR down, 15 less hit points. And I'm just like, what? I was like, no fucking way it's that easy.
Explain.
And so I went, okay. So because of that, I sort of adjusted a little bit with elite and boss CR. So it kind of lines up. It follows the same sort of like that same vibe, that same formula of just like, where it's just easy to adjust on the fly. So we'll be testing that out soon. But it did mean elite creatures are like 5 to 10% weaker now. And bosses are like no more than 5% stronger. Maybe not even that. So yeah, that's what's going on. But I'm just tired because of all the stress these past few days. So my body is just slugging.
Nice. I like how we both slept for a while.
Yeah. Well, don't know if I got enough sleep. Oh my God, Artie! You should thank Artie. Artie Maz.
Artemis, thank you very much for a brand new sub. Welcome to the community, brother. Very kind of you, my man.
Very kind.
Save this wall. I need to save this wall.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Oh, the Eeper.
I'm just physically drained, dude.
I'm so goddamn tired.
I am. I need a win right now. I need a fucking win.
I need a win. I need a break. I need a cigarette.
Well, you get that point where like, ever since Thursday's, stream fuck up, it's just been one thing after another. And I'm not trying to fall into despair, but I think it is like physically exhausting me.
Of course, man. Like there's something to be said about like bodily tension.
Yeah.
Is a thing. So like sitting there for however long and being like
trying to get a computer to work and try and find a solution, and then the ultimate solution being I can't do anything with this PC, and let me just get the old PC working again. Jesus, man. It's just so today, I'm tired, but today should be good now that everything's working and nothing's crashing and all that. And I just haven't gotten any tabletop work done really, except the CR recalculations.
Look, Serpent, thank you very much for 8 months, brother. Incredibly kind of you. I appreciate you sticking around for so goddamn long. Very kind of you, my man. I mean, there's something to be said about, I know you physically can't do it because you're a little sicko, but there is something to be said about actually taking a break. Like I know it's very hard for you to do, but there is something to be said about it.
I would like to. I would like to.
I think you do have an opportunity once you do your announcement and stuff and basically show people, hey, we've been putting in the work. All the people who've been outcrying and have been like the people who've been like, he's fucking cooked. The no games. And then you show them, hey, this is all the work we've been doing. And it's not like I threw something together in 5 minutes. It's like I've had an art team fucking cooking nonstop. I've had a team of writers cooking nonstop. look at all the shit that we've planned for this game coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I think once you do that and you basically light the fire under people's asses and show them, hey, World of IO is still very much in the running. Mind your motherfucking tone when you talk to me. You'll be able to rest and be able to rest confidently.
I mean, next week more than likely will be the last work week, because then we're in the holidays, and I'll probably be taking a little bit of a breather at that point.
Excellent. Because if you don't, I'll beat your ass.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try.
I won't need to try. I'll just kick your computer really hard.
Oh, don't do that. That'll make me cry.
Oh, you don't want to take a break, huh? Don't want to take a break, huh?
Please.
Thanks for the great content. Thank you, brother. That's very kind of you, my man. I appreciate your vote of confidence, because I found out that you can tag videos today, and I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, I saw you mention that.
I'm a smart man.
Every little bit helps.
It really does. That's why I've talked about it with the community already. 2025, I'm gonna start learning how to do some video editing stuff.
It's a valuable skill in this industry.
I thought so as well. Also, so I could edit my own clips and put them up on YouTube, because I know clips is another way to build the community. We've had great growth this year.
Good.
Already celebrated the first year of my partnership. But I want to, there's more out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep at it.
So the orb room is the Cinderrat's what level is the Cinderrat? The Cinderrat's like a level 3, which is a oh god, what level? Environment hazard. Okay, perfect. The Cinderrat is a level 3, which is 2 levels higher than the party, so that makes it a 80 EXP encounter, so a moderate or severe threat boss. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. He has like a aura around him. He makes you sick 1 when you fail your fortitude save when being next to him. Which makes you throw up. It's pretty pog. Well, the way you get rid of sick 1 is you literally throw up. Like, you force yourself to throw up to get rid of it. AC 18, 45 hit points. We'll probably keep the Cinderrat, because I think the Cinderrat's a good introduction monster. I'll probably just keep that one the same. I'll just make like a little I'll just make something else that fits. This is place meant to be. Elements of chaos. Hey John, what's going on, brother? This is a Pathfinder map making stream. Then why is the stream tagged D&D? Is it tagged D&D? It's not tagged D&D. Got Incarnate, Foundry, Homebrew, Improv, Custom Rules, Dungeon Maker, Map Making, English, and Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Oh, the category tag. Why am I not streaming in the Pathfinder category tag?
Because no one's in the Pathfinder category.
I gesture to the fucking graveyard that tag is.
Yeah.
Nobody streams in that tag, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody streams in the Dungeons and Dragons tab.
Yeah, Pathfinder games will stream in the Dungeons and Dragons tag. Yeah.
If you go scroll through the Dungeons and Dragons tag right now, you'll see that there are a bunch of Pathfinder games.
Yeah.
I didn't think so. I thought that they had their own stuff, and I went and looked. That shit's burrin'. He's tip tapping. What you tapping over there?
I'm just adding something to a description.
And it
Fine,
kills?
Robin, I'll be right back.
Very well. Myself, my players think otherwise. They get TPK'd by one shadow demon. Ooh. TPKs are a sort of rough spot for like dungeon masters, especially because players will sometimes feel like they didn't have an opportunity when they very much did, or perhaps they didn't explain. They sort of settled on one solution and didn't consider the prospect that there are multiple solutions to a problem. So what happened, man? Okay. What can I put over there? Wizard's chamber? Explain how the wizard was doing some stuff. Oh yeah, we didn't go over the hazard room. Mermaid Fountain. This chamber contains a devious trap. The heroes enter this area, read the following aloud. Much of this rectangular chamber is in ruins. The center contains a fountain of pristine water with something glistening at the bottom. In the middle of the fountain is a marble statue of a mermaid, her lips pursed as if she were about to blow a kiss, or maybe a whistle. Each corner of the pool has some sort of mechanism embedded in the stone, but the one on the southwest appears to be smashed. The mermaid statue in the center of the room is a devious trap. When the heroes enter the room, ask each player to roll a DC 20 perception check. Take note of the results, because you'll also use them to determine the hero's initiative. And if anyone's total is 20 or higher, they notice the trap before setting it off. If not, the heroes don't notice anything unusual. They can act normally, but if anyone steps on any of the tiles adjacent to the pool, the trap goes off. The trap is complex, which means it works like a monster. If the heroes trigger the trap, use the perception result before to determine their initiative. You can do so by activating the combat tracker and clicking on the cross swords icon. Overcoming the trap. The heroes can overcome this trap in a variety of ways. If someone notices it before it goes off and anyone avoids the squares adjacent to the fountain, they can safely bypass the trap. Once the trap goes off, the heroes can try to disable the control mechanisms located on each of the corners of the pool. If any of these stones are still active, the trap continues to act until its turn. But unfortunately for the heroes, the mechanism in the southwest has already been destroyed, leaving only those in the other three corners to deactivate. To deactivate a mechanism, a hero must stand in an adjacent square and spend 2 actions to attempt a DC 20 thievery skill check. On success, the mechanism is disabled. The heroes can physically destroy the 3 remaining mechanisms by attacking them individually using AC and hit points in the trap's stat block. The fountain, being made of stone, has hardness each time a hero hits a mechanism. Subtract their number from the damage roll before reducing the mechanism's hit points. Once there are no functioning mechanisms left, whether the heroes have disabled or destroyed them, the trap stops working and the heroes can continue their exploration. Ooh, okay. Mermaid the Mermaid Fountain is a level 3. As a hardness of 8. Oh my god. Jesus. As a hardness of 8. AC of 18 and 15 hit points. Oh, okay. You just need to be able to do over 10 points of damage. let's see. One NPC tells them a couple sessions ago that the demons in the graveyard is vulnerable to sunlight, and they forget. It's not even a difficult encounter for them if they use sunlight vulnerability.
I'm back. Was doing some customer service stuff.
Oh, good. Is this skill other than dex check? Agreed. I do like that initiative is it takes away from dex being king. Yeah, I've had players whom I've told, hey man, this thing is how you defeat this monster, and they go, understood, DM. And then 4 sessions later, when that monster shows up, they forget. Unless I have a very very like in the weeds like note taker, then they know. Crap. Yeah, we did straight up avoid it. When I caught the danger room. Yeah, just a little X-Men reference. I know you're not much of a are you a PvP enjoyer?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Understood.
PvP stresses me out.
You would not like Marvel Rivals, would you?
No.
Understood.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, brother.
I just PvP stresses me out.
Understood. That's fine. We'll just play that new Terraria game that's coming out.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be nice.
Yeah, I saw it and I immediately went, "Ooh, hopefully they do some weird shit like they do with Core Keeper, and I'll be happy."
Yeah, I was like, hey, I like the idea. They're like, from the makers of Core Keeper, you like Terraria? And I'm like, yeah, man.
I fucking love Terraria.
Yeah, that's sort of pretty much what it was. So I was like, shit, let's go. That sounds like fun. Maybe shit'll calm down a little bit. Oh man, taking care of customers is fun. Especially when people leave bad reviews because of things that are out of your control.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah, they're like, I don't like that someone said they were like, I don't like that there's a download limit. I'm like, well, we do it to protect piracy. But protect us from piracy, but also like the people we go through, they impose the download limit, and I would like to remove the download limit, and I'm looking into it, but there's not really much I can do. So, but it does stink when, it's like I totally get it though. But it is there is sort of this frustrating thing when someone's like, "Oh, the product's great. However, I don't like how this is operating." And I'm like, I'm sorry. He's like, thank you for your feedback. We'll look into it. We'll definitely look into it. Someone left not a perfect review because it didn't run well on their browser. And I'm like, you need to update your browser or try a new browser.
Sometimes, especially if it's a Foundry thing, dude, sometimes people's computers are fucking old.
And that's what it is. It's like part of it's just like, I don't know how to help that, man.
You can't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have a player whose computer chugs on our like Foundry game, so the point where like it makes it really hard for them to play with us. And it's nothing I can do. Even if I use lower quality maps and stuff, they still chug it.
Yeah.
And that's just straight up because their stuff don't work no good.
So, but you do the best that you can, and you go, well, it's fine. We'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
And then hopefully the positive orders will outweigh the any negative review. Yeah, so far I haven't gotten negative reviews like, this book sucks.
I never thought you'd get something like that. If you did, it's because it's some shithead who's you banned from Twitch.
I got one. They said they didn't, and they left my Patreon because of it. They said that they didn't think the money they spent matched the quality of the work. And I went, oh,
wow.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry you feel that way. I don't know
Damn.
what else you want from me.
Smash the quality of the work.
Yeah, they said they could spend their money more effectively on someone else's stuff. Yeah, this is just the kind of shit I hear every day. So, my self-esteem is just through the roof.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the other thing is that you do have. So after COVID, people lost a lot of tact
Wait a minute.
in the world. There are a lot of
this
people.
Conversation yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I just want to make sure you understand.
I know.
Because people will just come out of the fucking woodwork and say some heinous shit, and then you'll be like, "Hey, dude, normal people don't say stuff like that."
Yeah.
And they go, "Huh?"
What do you mean? And then they kind of give the SpongeBob caveman face.
Yep. There is something to be said about having tact. That would be very plug.
Well, I ultimately, what's also difficult, especially when you're like a quote unquote on-screen talent, is people make a lot of assumptions about you. That's something I've had to learn that I really don't like. So I used to have a very much hands-on approach of like, if there's an issue or if someone's being a little, if someone is upset or anything like that, I try to resolve it, because a lot of the 9 times out of 10, it's just a misunderstanding. So I try to resolve it the best way I can, but I also have a list of ideals and rules that I have to follow, and have to follow through with. But the problem is when I do that, now I'm on the firing line. So any action taken or anything that is said to explain it may be taken either incorrectly, or the answer is not satisfactory, and people will take that as a personal attack, or people will just make a complete invalid and incorrect assumption about me. And that sucks, and that hurts, but it has definitely gotten me to the point where I just, I don't respond to criticism or try to resolve issues anymore. I just let the mod team handle it, because sadly, if I handle it, it's taken as a personal attack from the streamer of the content they're watching. And that's been an interesting lesson to learn this year, because I was like, maybe I'm being a little too blunt. Let me try and be a little more polite about my answer. Let me try and be a little more friendly, so I don't sound like I'm aggressive. And then I did that, and then I was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it's said, what is said. Any sort of quote unquote disagreement, unfortunately, makes you look like the asshole, and you're like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to do this, but it's been just with everything else going on this year, it's been a very stressful time. Which is why I'm kind of like, people wonder like why I'm being a little bit more quiet, or I vanished a little bit. That's pretty much it. I can't, from a mental standpoint, I can't tolerate that anymore, especially when, I know the amount of work that goes into everything that we do, like an unhealthy amount.
Trust me, brother. I would not support you if I knew that you were just fucking money grabbing, and I know your ass is not. With how much you stress, there's no fucking way you're out here like rubbing your little hands together, being like, how much money can I get for this fucking? This dude's out here giving himself gray hair, being like, oh fuck, oh it's not working, oh fuck my life.
That's exactly it. I just want to make, this is what I want to do. So I think it's having that threatened is stressful as well. And I especially don't want that from like misunderstandings and stuff like that. It's just become hard. It's also just become pretty, from a mental standpoint, difficult to do community management more And not saying it's anyone's fault. It definitely isn't. It's just unfortunately with the online world, especially, there is no nuance, which means you have a really hard time telling intent, and that can be challenging in the ways of communication. Like that kind of sucks, but also makes complete sense. So it unfortunately does mean my solution is I have to isolate myself from my community and everyone. That always is unfortunate, but if it works and it makes people feel a little more comfortable and it also puts me in a better mental space, then I will happily do that, so that I can keep working on the things I want to work on.
Hell yeah.
And we can keep making the cool shit.
Making the cool stuff.
I like making the cool stuff. Because the last thing I want, and I don't want 2025 to be the year that I have a panic attack, if I haven't already had one already. Or the year of the ulcer, we'll call it. That stress, that ball, that stress ulcer, just that, you know? Yeah. This man. It is, because a lot of it also is I don't know how to respond to stress at times, which is unfortunate. I don't know, just learning a lot about myself. My biggest change of year was trying to stop being as helpful. It's hard to sit back and watch someone flop up, but 9 to 10 people don't want to hear input from the cheap seats, regardless of how benign or helpful. It's not so much that, Couch. I don't think it's... I get what you're saying, and that's kind of the challenge of online, I feel like, is everyone is coming at it with the best of intentions. No one is coming at it through hostilities or attacks, and that's viewers included. And it is, you do want to be helpful. I think a lot of it also comes down to like ego as well, which is something people always have to fight against, because you work hard and you want to come across as knowledgeable. And so when someone goes, hey, you should do this, or you need to do this, or blah, 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 especially if it's something you already know, there is that gut reaction to be like, I know. You don't have to repeat it, because then it looks like you're not as knowledgeable, especially when it's a topic or subject that like people dedicating their lives to, you know, especially when input isn't asked for. Because the last thing I feel like you want is to work on something, and then while you're doing it, someone goes, you should do this, and then you're like, I am, like, even though you are doing that, and the person goes, oh yay, I'm so happy I got you to do that, or I'm so happy that, you know, I fixed it for you, you know. And it's almost kind of like, but you did it. You know, you're not, you know, this wasn't part of the creation, you know. And because there's been several times where we'll do something that we were already gonna do, and then people just want to take credit for it like they were the ones that did it, and it's just like, no, that's not. I don't know, man, it's really hard. So it is, and it's a challenge. It's why you see no backseating everywhere, you know, because also part of it is like, I just want to experience it for myself, and I can't really do that if someone is telling me how I should do it. I want to do it the way I want to do it, and if I want input, I want the freedom to ask for it. I don't want it pushed on me, you know, like, and I think it comes down to, and I almost hate to use the word because it's not that dramatic, but it almost comes down to consent a little bit. I think where you're like, I want to experience this. I want to do it. I want to problem solve it my way. This is how I want to tackle it. And then when someone kind of steps out of that order to be helpful and tell you this is how you should do it, and how it really takes away that from the person. It's the same with backseating, where you're just like, I want to experience the game. I want to go through it with it. I want to be the one that problem solves it. And if someone else comes over and says, you need to do this, you've taken away an experience from someone. And to me, that is, I think, the worst. From in that space, that's probably one of the worst things you can do to someone, especially in a gaming space, where you just want to experience it. And sometimes people will do it because they think you've just been at it for too long. And they're like, oh yeah, but you would have, or, and again, it comes from, I know it comes from a good place, but a lot of it also is just, it turns into like, what am I trying to say? I just had it in my mind. A lot of it turns into, well, it's a really hard thing that you were going to struggle with. Like, oh, this took me 30 minutes to figure out. And I didn't want you to, and I was frustrated, and I wish someone just told me this because it made no sense, and there's no way you're going to figure it out unless I told you. And it's like, no, I mean, you figured it out. Give me that opportunity to do that as well, And so a lot of the time it's just, in a perfect world, I think people should give input when asked and not assumed or something pushed on. Like, people will absolutely, if someone needs input or needs help, 100% they'll ask every time. There will never be a moment where someone goes, you know what? I think I will, because a lot of it is just like, damn, I really want to figure this out, or damn, I really want to hammer out this detail, or all that stuff. So, and you just gotta trust the process. Let people do what they want to do, and then if it's not fun anymore and you're like, fuck this, I just want to get to the next part, you'll know, at that point you're like, please just help me, and then it's like, here you go. That's exactly it. So, but yeah, I mean, but also that's something to say about being a part of a community. You can't just have everything you want all the time. There's got to be a little bit of give and take. Something to keep in mind. But yeah,
I mean, if you folks are new, then I can understand people being like having their own opinions. But people who've been here for a while, who've seen Brett and I play games, you hear that all the fucking time, where it's like somebody's like, please, and they raise their finger and then they get smacked down, and it's like, stop. You tell me anything and I'll kill you. And they're like, oh. Please. And then in that same breath, we'll be trying something for an hour, and then we both turn to chat and we go, all right, whatever it is, tell us. Come on.
Yeah, we're ready to go. I think the frustrating part is when someone goes, oh, you looked like you were struggling, or oh, you never were gonna figure it out. And it's like that sucks.
You assume over much.
Yeah, that's a shitty thing to do when you've decided to take charge of the situation for yourself. And that's where it's just like, no, please don't. Please don't do that. Yeah, don't assume. And it's the same reason why I tell people all the time about being careful about being parasocial, like as an entertainer and wanting to make shit, like we love to entertain people and we love to provide a much needed distraction, especially when you're having a bad day. But also don't ever assume that that's like, I'm friends with this streamer now, and it's like, no. 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 That'll be up to me to decide. You don't get to make that distinction. Like me personally, I like to keep to myself. There's very few people I let into my circles. So that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
I didn't realize how much my own ego was getting in my way until I started streaming myself and saw how it was from the other side. I mean, there's some so there's something to be said about like having a healthy amount of ego.
Yeah.
If you're good at something, brother, fucking
That's okay.
that's all right, dude.
Yeah.
Actually,
Absolutely.
speaking of, I meant to do this earlier and I didn't get to do it because I'm a big dumb idiot.
Oh yeah, don't confuse ego with confidence.
Yeah.
Is what I think is the best thing about that. Oh, I still need to give you my art. I've been.
Yeah, dude, you fucking doofus, you big dumb idiot.
I forgot.
You want a little blurbo or not?
Yes, just give me a fucking minute. I just haven't. I've been. My computer's been exploding. My computer's been exploding, dude. I've been like, oh god, it's on fire. Oh, make sure I get my little blurbo over to. There you go. There's the blorbo. Enjoy your blorbo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ah, God. Jesus.
It is long overdue. Couch. I do. I appreciate you all the same. Like I've said before. You are a considerable help. So, enjoy your little diamond, my friend. Look, I have sent over the little.
Thank you. I don't know why I'm thanking you, but sounds.
Legion was like, "Where is it? Where is the art?" And I'm like, "Dude, he didn't give it to me. He wanted to show me a video game."
Yeah. I did. I woke up and was like, because I woke up from, I was seeing all the Game Award announcements. I saw that game and I went, oh, sick. And I said to T,
oh, yes.
Yeah, he's going to love this. Sense it. And then I went,
oh,
back to sleep, baby. Time to go. So what do you think about the what we're doing with Curse of Strahd, where like you could travel at night, but bosses roam at night?
I like it. Because so one thing that I do remember that I know is a big point of contention for my old dungeon master when I first ran in Curse of Strahd was there's a point where every combat encounter is just curb stomped by the players.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how D&D works. Like, Lost Mines of Fandover, when we hit level 4, level 5, gods.
Level 5.
Like, holy fuck, dude.
Because you weren't supposed to be level 5. You were never supposed to be level 5 in the game.
We'd roll up to an encounter and be like, spell that immediately reduces the lethality of this dungeon. Like Tommy being a wizard who basically had shield from the start. Insane. Insane. Hold person for Tommy and Sylvester both ridiculous. And I know that that's the lament of dungeon masters when running Curse of Strahd. So for me, I'm like, yeah, dude, bosses at night, that sounds fucking sick. It's a big ass scary wolf, some like fucking Castlevania style wolf. Hell yeah.
Yep. I want them to be in the same style as kind of like The Rising a little bit.
Oh, dude, I immediately got that feeling.
Yeah, where you're just like, oh, what are the things that I'm trying to encounter? And you're like, oh man.
Yeah, I can't wait to see like the roaming, like, because they've already put so many thematic creatures. That the other thing is that Curse of Strahd has so much potential.
Yeah.
There's so much flavor in like Van Richten, like that the Van Richten's Guide and everything like that. There's a bunch of monsters. And being able and knowing you, where you're like, but watch this. And then makes a proper elite version of the boss or encounter. I'm definitely excited to see what it was, or see more of it.
Oh yeah, freaking-lutely.
But then again, Junie and I are sickos, so
yeah, you are. I'm thinking the change I'm gonna make to Assassin Rogue is specifically you have to fulfill these two requirements. The enemy cannot have seen you. Okay.
Sounds good so far.
And you haven't attacked that enemy yet.
Also sounds smart.
And then the assassination goes off. Instead of it being on a surprise round where the enemy doesn't see you and has to take his turn.
That's so DM dependent too. It's insane. So your DM literally has to go, yeah, I guess I'll give you a surprise round.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, and we'll talk about it Wednesday, and I'll tell Whoops, because I see the mechanic he's trying. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to kind of do a WoW sort of assassinate, you know, where it's like I'm stealthing, no one sees me, I walk up, I stab, and then assassinate goes off like that. Makes complete sense. But it feels bad every time when I have to be like, oh yeah, that's not how the mechanic works.
Sorry, brother.
And I'm waiting for Whoops to one day be like, well, what the fuck is the point?
Can I change my fucking class, please?
So we'll so I know it's hardcore, but we are going to ease up on the assassin rules, because otherwise it's not really, you know what I mean? It's not really gonna happen.
Well, there's also something to be said, like I don't think there was a big point in your Lost Mines game where people were like, that's not hardcore anymore, and other people showed up and were like, dude, Brett's gonna go for player enjoyment well before mechanics any fucking time.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh
damn.
It was during the Cragmaw Caves or whatever, like the very intro to Lost Mine when we were still playing Veldra and stuff. And you told us, you were like, hey guys, when you die, you come back at level 1. Or like you come back at like a level lower than the party. And I was like, okay. But then Tomato was like, no, I don't want that. And the people in the comments were like, why is Brett folding to his players? And people were like, oh, because that's what a fucking good dungeon master does, asshole.
Somebody doesn't want to do it. Then fucking,
ain't nobody gonna have fun, dickhead.
Yeah, it's not a job. Yeah, well, corporate wants you to suck it up.
Fucking suffer, you dumb idiot. And then you tell Tomato that, and Tomato goes, okay, well, I'm not playing then.
Yeah, well, this game sucks. And you're like, all right, guys, well, like, guess we're done playing. Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, that's it. That's precisely it. Yeah, once you guys start getting silvered, because silver weapons are different in this world, in this game as well.
They're also hyper illegal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, they fucking Strahd in our version of Curse of Strahd made the silver currency illegal to distribute.
Smartest Strahd I've met yet.
Yeah.
That motherfucker went, there's what out there in the world that can hurt me? I want that shit gone.
Yeah. Give me your silver. It's gone. And that's why silver is an extremely rare currency. And if you find silver, that's why it's now going to be the tokens to buy all the shit you need, essentially.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that the guy was like, Davian was like, hey, I have 4 silver that you can take with you. And for a moment, my brain was like, dude, 4 silver is fucking nothing. And then I sat back and I was like, each token is going to allow us to silver a weapon, or like turn
Yeah.
it into like an item of like power or something like that. Like,
Mhm.
okay, so silver isn't a currency. Silver's an upgrade material now,
Yeah.
which I was immediately down for.
Yep.
I can't believe Strahd is so evil that he'd make his own crypto.
He did. It's called Electrum.
Fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
That-
To the
that is-
moon.
that is the currency of Strahd. If you have Electrum coins in or Electrum coins in Barovia, it's got his face on the fucking pack.
Nice.
And even then, it's not real Electrum because silver was not used
Mhm.
in its minting.
Yeah, it's his own. It's his own currency.
It's kind of more of a rose gold.
Still dope.
You bring that out. You bring that out of Barovia, and everyone's looking at you like you got monopoly money.
A little bit.
Well,
Oh,
that's also kind of cool when you bring out like dead currency.
yeah.
Like if I bring out money from the demiplane of dread, people are understandably gonna be like,
The what?
what the fuck is that? Like I take that to Waterdeep and they're gonna laugh me out of the store
Mm-hmm.
because it looks like
Yes,
I
I
just
am.
printed my own money.
Pay my rent in soul coin.
Well, essentially, what Strahd does, because he's an asshole, and again, this is how I run Strahd. This isn't how the book says how you should run Strahd. Essentially, Strahd is not the villain that is sipping the glass of wine at the throne, waiting for enemies to show, and up into his
Mhm.
castle. He's out doing things, and one of the things he really likes to do, especially earlier on, and then continue to do because no one's gonna fucking question it, is he'll go to leaders of villages and towns or people of influence and go, hey, I need you to do the following, and if you do so, I will reward you with wealth beyond measure. And you go, ooh, Strahd's gonna, I favor for Strahd is more than enough, and he's gonna pay me for it. Let's go. And they do it, and then he goes, very well. Here is your wealth. And it's because he has effectively, in a strange way, doubled the amount of quote unquote value and treasure he has by making this new Electrum, which is effectively melting down gold, melting down copper, and then blending it together into this rose gold coin. So he's effectively went, I'll pay you 1,000 gold, and then gives you 1,000 Electrum, and he's only spent 500 gold because he's stretched out that he's processed this currency, and he says it. And because he is such an asshole of fear, and if anyone were to be like, what the fuck is this? He will, of course, take that as an insult. And then if you're smart, you go, oh, I'm so sorry. I just didn't understand. I get it now.
So I understand crypto. I get it now.
Yeah, so in a way, Strahd has almost created an economy out of fear with this new coin.
Well, he's also got the Vistani that are going out, like that are able to leave Barovia and can go out and get him more money.
Yeah. And so that's he essentially has like created his own currency and has forced the people of Barovia to use it. And he's the one that mints it. But then that also kind of leads to other people sort of making, smelting their own Electrum. And that's kind of why it's more widely available. But yeah.
Real quick. Official bio pen. I just read your donation, brother. I appreciate that very much, my man. I'm glad that I could entertain your friend, whom you treat as a brother, and I thank you very much.
But yeah, he essentially has created a currency from fear.
I dig it.
Yeah, and that's Strahd. That's the asshole.
Finally, an actual asshole.
Yeah. but not like I'm an asshole, but like, yeah, these are the things he's done. And you're like, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Fucking
A
asshole.
shithead.
I hope he rolls out and he's in like a medieval Patagonia.
Yep.
He's rocking that tech bro drip. And he's like, hey guys.
Yep.
I'm here to show you today our newest product as he brings out the gallows.
You're not going to believe this.
Who would like to try it first?
Oh.
All right, so let's see what bosses we're gonna have. What our nighttime bosses are gonna look like.
Nice.
Definitely gonna have a hedge knight, an elite commoner.
Oh, thank God.
Definitely, yeah.
Dude, let me fight the knight.
Yeah,
An elite commoner. Oh my goodness.
Elite scout.
A man of the people.
An elite Vistani bandit who's gonna be like,
I mean, we definitely should fight the Vistani at some point. Like, there's obviously Madame Ava's people who obviously feel some sort of way towards Strahd, but there 100% should be loyal Vistani that are like, what the fuck is up, brother? He said you're dog shit, and I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah, I mean, we just haven't seen it yet. Ooh, Skeletal Rider, that's gonna be fun to turn into an elite.
Ooh, dude, 100%. I can't. You know what I can't wait for? I say this, and it's gonna be the death of Del, or Delwyn. It's going to be meeting. I don't know what you've done to him, but meeting Strahd's right hand.
Oh yeah.
Like the fucking guy.
I don't know if we're gonna meet him this season or not. I genuinely don't know.
For people in chat who've played Curse of Strahd, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Like, Strahd's a threat, but this is the dude who's like no remorse. Like, it's you do what I say or you fucking die. Strahd will play with you like you're a toy, like your food. This dude does not care about you at all. And he shows up way more than Strahd, which is even more terrifying. Strahd goes, I'm gonna let my pit bull off the leash now.
Yeah, there's gonna be there's gonna be a moment when that happens. We just haven't arrived at that moment. Because as of right now, Strahd,
Strahd is a cat. Yeah, that's very true.
Right now, Strahd doesn't really look at. Strahd's having fun with you guys.
Correct.
He's not really looking at you as capable of doing anything more than that.
We haven't denied any of his enterprises yet.
Yeah.
We haven't killed any of his allies yet.
You've piqued his interest.
But I bet we go to Yester Hill. We go to the hag in the swamp, or we go to the fucking windmill. Strahd goes, all right. You had your fun.
All right. The game's over. We're going to go ahead.
All right, shitheads.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and settle it up.
I gave you an opportunity, and you ruined it. So nobody gets to have fun anymore.
Yep. Yepers.
Fighting a hedge knight would be super sick.
Yeah, I kind of imagine. I kind of have a general idea of how the season 1 finale will go. Definitely will be some twists from the original book.
Nice. I was actually curious how you were going to do like seasons. I figured it was going to be once we go settle on doing one of the big quests, like Yester Hill, like the hags and the windmill, or like Morgantha's coven and stuff like that. I figured it was going to be one of those would be like, all right, you've completed you either died or survived against a major threat. And as such, now we are going to put a pause there and then, work on the game further type deal.
Yeah, no, I gotta. Well, the thing also, which kind of sucks, is I kind of have to like, I can't let a game run for too long, because you need to let people catch up, and you kind of need to let people miss it a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's something I learned with GTF was if you run a game for a year and a half, you're gonna have a core audience, But people
yeah.
are going to look in. They're going to be like, I'm sorry, you're on episode 74 of Come with the Fault? No, thank you.
Yeah. That's kind of where it's at. So there does need to be like a stopping point for
I
a
agree.
little bit.
It's very smart
Yeah.
to take a breather so that way people can be like, hey, I'm new to the community. What games are going right now? It's like, oh, there's not games right now, but you can go watch the VODs or the YouTube or whatever and catch up. There's 24 episodes of the game, and they go, oh, thank God.
Yep, that's exactly it. Oh shit, my background was. But yeah, it's a lot of cool, exciting stuff coming around.
Oh yeah, brother. I'm excited.
Yeah, same. Shame, it'll be fun. So what we got? We got that. I've got. Let's see.
Crown.
What's up, Hanson?
When's your Monster Hunter game tonight?
At 5.
Oh, at 5. Okay.
Why?
What Monster Hunter game?
I got invited to do like a little Monster Hunter game off stream, stuff like that.
I'm looking at you. Yeah, you cheating on me?
You cheating on me?
What's going on right now?
I got invited by one of my players who was like, hey, come reprise your, because early on when I first started streaming and stuff like that, one of my mods by the name of Itis was running us through the through like Anwin's Guide to Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was playing my Monster Hunter character, Amira, because I'm a Monster Hunter fan. And that's the character I make when I play Monster Hunter. And we were playing that, and then they had a couple of things happen in their life. Their system, like we ended up like starting to move it over to like Pathfinder or something like that. And then it just sort of petered out. Enough time passed. One of the players in that game, who was a player from one of my previous games, was like, hey, somebody in your community is running a Monster Hunter game, and they wanted to ask if you'd play, but were nervous, so I'm here to ask on their behalf. And I was like, okay, how long? Like, that's the big thing. Like, how many sessions is this going to be? Because I'm very busy. And they're like 3 or 4. And I was like, I could do that. I could do 3 or 4 sessions of a game. And they're like, yeah, it's we're like level 15 characters fighting some big monsters, and we're doing our final session today.
That's good. That's acceptable, I suppose.
Very good. I'm glad.
I guess I'm okay.
Okay.
Why? What's up, Sizzle?
I was being asked if I wanted to do a thing and when. So if you're gonna be gone at 5, then I'll go do a thing with fam.
Oh, with family? Dude, always go hang out with your family, man.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing for you. So go do that.
Well, they were just asking when, so I'm like, well, I mean, after stream probably.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I'm either gonna end stream, or like, I'm either gonna end stream or I'm gonna mute stream, so like only the music plays through, and basically I'm gonna be like still working on stuff in between rounds. So while we're fighting the final boss, I'm putting little map pieces together, because level 15 play is psychotic.
You guys are doing level 15 D&D?
Dude, not only are we doing level 15 D&D, we're doing Monster Hunter level 15 D&D. I have an ability on my longsword called Chain Crit. So what happens is I hit you. My crit threshold goes down by 1. I hit you again, it goes down by 1. I hit you again, it goes down by 1 until I crit. And then I have another rune on my weapon that doubles my weapon damage. So my weapon does a 2d10, and then I crit. Now it's 4d10, and I can just keep doing that. I have like a plus 15 to hit. And I'm like the easiest encounter. Like, I'm just a fighter. Like, I go attack, action search, attack. My echo attacks. That's my turn. Then you have like the ranger in the party who has to consider spell slots and shit. It's wild. But I also did like 222 points of damage in a round.
Oh, Jesus.
So, you know, those bosses need like a couple thousand hit points to be able to survive and stuff. I'm in the process of catching up on all the IO stuff. I'm only caught up on Shadow's Breach, the best game. So yeah, good stuff, man.
Hopefully it'll be even better for the next chapter.
That's right. We're going into the Astral Veil.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna fight horrors beyond my comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not my comprehension, because I got like a big brain, but like the rest of my friends' comprehension.
No, your comprehension.
Oh,
What?
what do you mean?
Oh God.
I'm listening to the campaigns while pushing shopping carts at work. Hell yeah, brother. The characters are nuts from what the DM told me. Yeah. Sycophants are really fun DM though. So I DM the Wrath of the Righteous campaign, Pathfinder 1, level 1 to 30. And at those high levels, one combat takes like 6 sessions of 4 hours each. My God.
Woof.
I don't know what high level play is like in Pathfinder. I know at least low level combats are very quick. Like they barely last like a round or two.
Mm.
Okay, I'm liking this cavern system.
I love these stupid little cats.
I also love these stupid little cats. I don't have to be as much of a party dad because Naomi also keeps everybody on track.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty great. I get to let my hair down. And I hop back on Dell and I go, oh.
Here we go.
Time to
Back
be party
in the
dad.
saddle.
Back to work.
I miss Scrungle.
God, another gnome
It's wild, brother.
that warmed your heart.
It's so wild because like media gnomes, like whatever characters are being portrayed and shit, usually dog shit. Awful, brutal, disgusting, vermin little creatures.
Oh my God.
But a player gnome? Interesting. You have an
More the
opportunity.
little freaks.
Yeah, you have an opportunity to do something interesting, which is be a compelling character.
Why did this warm my heart so?
And sometimes they do. Gideon Zarkowski. Gorgonzola
rest.
Zarkowski.
Yeah.
Scrungle. You will, in fact, live in my heart until the end of days.
No.
So are you allowing gnomes in your world now?
Fuck no.
I think you mean fuck gnome.
I kill you. I kill you twice, in fact. Oh, I did not want you to delete that, you dumb bitch. Gideon the Undented. I don't know. I don't think you guys understand how much I go back and watch those like early Lost Mines of Phandelver campaigns. It was, I think what I miss is the role play.
Hmm.
But we're getting that now. There was a while where like where Curse of Strahd was just hydrogen bomb versus 5 coughing babies.
Yeah.
But now characters are starting to sort of show themselves. They're starting to emerge, starting to take shape.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's really compelling to me is when people are playing those characters. That's why I was like, I miss Scrungle, because I don't know much about Garen or Glory yet, but I did know Scrungle, and Scrungle showed his true colors in the end.
Mm-hmm. You're like, oh man, I can't wait for next week where I get to play with Scrung. Oh no.
I'm sure Struggle will be back.
Brother, I was this close to having Delwyn fucking be like, give her back!
It should have been me.
Give her back, you bastard!
Oh yeah.
Curse of Strahd has gone on longer than Lost Mines? I don't think so.
It's getting there.
It feels like it because there was a bit of meandering in the middle of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you had nobody with an int higher than 10.
Mm-hmm.
The party was sort of like, what the fuck do we do? And it was a lot of Brett pulling like the like rattling car keys to get our attention.
Come on.
It was like, come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it.
Come on. Yeah, Lost Mines of Phandelverse 21 videos. Curse of Strahd is right now at 19 videos. Well, technically 18 videos.
It'll be a quick little 4 sessions. Don't worry about it, guys. Me,
Yeah, in and out.
the thespians in the party looking at you. What the fuck did you just say?
Little 20-minute adventure.
Or what? 4 hours per session? Yeah, I could rock that. You're like, no. 4 sessions. And they're like, nah, you're just, whenever you say that, it's just white static in my head. Anyway, I'm going to role play with the people now.
Anyways, bye-bye. Yeah, I'll be, I'm curious. I can't wait till we do the wild card game.
Freaky little class builder.
Mm-hmm. I already had one person upset with me because they were like, "You're not gonna do hardcore? Like, no, we're gonna do other things."
I am, in fact, allowed to do other things, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Was it somebody who was wanting to play hardcore, or was it like an audience member?
No, it was a viewer who was like, who wanted more hardcore. And
I don't really know, like, another good game.
Well, they were also flat out just like, yeah, that system sounds stupid. And I'm just like, all right.
I think it's not bunch of sore losers. I don't really know of any other, like, you could probably get away with, like, Rime of the Frost Maiden as, like, a hard... Rime of the Frost Maiden would actually fucking be brutal.
I mean, any of them could honestly be hardcore. I can make anything do everything.
Yeah, but then there are some that the story is pretty, like, meh. Like,
no, yeah.
Storm King's Thunder is a very popular one, but I just remember it petering out very quickly. And that's like another big adventure about. Common viewer Elb take. Icewind Dale for sure. Which modules would be the hardest to run using the hardcore? I don't think there's one that's the hardest to run. I don't think there's any that like hold your hand and are like, hey, don't kill your fucking players. Because Lost Mines is held up as the beginner box of Dungeons and Dragons. And you can straight, like, the fucking goblin ambush at the beginning claims as many lives as the Death House in Curse of Strahd.
And that's how they began D&D. That's how 5th edition began.
So there's not one where they're like, yeah, just take your time, get your players introduced, shit like that. They're like, oh, trial by fire now.
Yeah, set them ablaze.
It's like, oh my God. Please, they're brand new. And they go, I don't care.
This is what D&D's about, god damn it.
You will learn.
You will learn by fire.
The middle of Storm Kings is where it's literally, where are you going, goobers? Exactly. Last two hardcores that I thought would love to see is Eberron or Witchlight Carnival. I do not want to play an Eberron.
Not an Eberron?
There was just nothing really compelling to me in Eberron.
Ooh, I'm telling Kieran.
That's fine.
The
knows.
one thing I know about Eberron that I thought was interesting was essentially this lord that was ruling over their kingdom, and it was like the third or fourth line of the succession of there, so it was like the fourth of that name. But the secret was they were actually a vampire, and they were still the first of their name.
Oh,
They just
nice.
yeah, they just kept pretending. You know, it was like, yeah, I'm his son, and it's like it's just the same guy. And he's just pretending to be he's a vampire pretending to be mortal.
Oh, God, all of his sons look exactly the same.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy, man. That dude's fucking genes are strong as hell.
Eberron had some interesting introductions, like changelings came from Eberron. Like that was an original Eberron race.
What if I told you I don't like changeling?
Well, that's fine. It's just doppelganger, the player, the player species.
They're usually not really ever played well.
Warforged, that's an Eberron race.
I like Warforged as a concept. I like Warforged not in player hands. I like Warforged as NPCs.
You don't like fun in player hands, okay, DM?
Oh wait, I remember this. You guys had a
I don't
conversation
like
about
fun.
this. I remember this now. I totally forgot. I wasn't trying to stoke the flame, and I totally forgot you guys were having this conversation before. Whoops.
Go on, get on your fucking soapbox. Let's hear it.
That was it. That was it.
Anyways, so then there was also
Oh, shit.
shifters. That was also from Eberron. Shifters, like, you know how like doppelganger's the changeling?
They're the werewolves.
They're the wolf. Yeah, exactly. That's all I remember. Oh, and symbiotes. Symbionts.
What is that?
Like monster symbionts, I think, came from Eberron. I think.
Monster symbiote.
Yeah, so like if you want like a tentacle whip, you can attach that to your hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Symbionts, Eberron. The creation of the Delkir of Zoriat. So just a lot of words.
I've seen changelings played well in the hands of DMs as an individual that was aligned with the PCs, and that's it. Yeah, I've seen changelings be used very compelling as NPCs. A lot of, like, maybe I haven't given the opportunity to any of my players, so maybe they'll knock my fucking socks off. But from what I've seen in other games of people playing changelings, they are the same exact fucking character across the board, regardless of what campaign they're in.
Oh, yeah. So symbionts are essentially like monster parts you attach to yourself. So you can get like a beholder crown. You can get a cerebral hood, which is like the top of a cloaker, essentially.
Holy shit.
Oh, my bad. There's something called a breed leech. That's not good.
Oh.
That's not
Alright.
good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. These symbionts are designed to help convert a population to the worship of Dalekir. When attached to a pregnant humanoid, oh no, never mind. Yeah, essentially turns the unborn child into a half Dalekir.
Christ.
Woof, Bow Wow, and Arf. That is terrifying. From 2005. Yikes.
Take care, Dom. Hopefully work treats you well, brother.
The magic of Eberron. Anyways, I'm closing this.
Put that down.
Put that down. No, thank you. That just doesn't feel. That is. I don't know anyone with the tax to be able to use that properly. In 2005? Nah, man, I don't know anyone.
It was a different time.
I don't know anyone that would have had the tact to be like, hey, so Some freaky shit's about to happen, and I just need to make sure you're gonna be cool with it. Here we go.
There's a lot of that is correct, Nick. It was 20 years ago.
Jesus. Now, what I'm looking forward to, you guys encountering tonight, is the elite scarecrow. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Grandma's gonna have a huge chip on his shoulder.
That'll be really fun. First, we calculate everything. Ah, you got resistances. That's what's the balance. Okay, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, I think the scarecrow's technically a construct, ain't it?
It is.
Constructs are scary.
Yeah, it's immune to a bunch of stuff. What are we missing?
Oh, yep, that makes sense. We need to adjust this. Entrance to the world below.
Oh, I guess that would count as a frightful presence. I'm telling you, man. Like, seriously? Like, Watsy just kind of goes, I don't know, man. Close enough. Because it is, you can kind of like adjust a little bit, you know, when it comes to hit points and all that.
See, what I do, at least on my side, is if they give me a hit dice value, because I run for 5 players and my system is full of homebrew, I just max out their hit points. So if they have 12, 12 D10 plus 40, I'll just give them max hit points.
That's pretty straightforward, honestly.
Yeah, because I know that my players, like, I have a rogue in my party who's going to sneak attack every round. I have a paladin who I know when he crits is going to smite. I have a fighter who can attack multiple times. I have a talent who can lock down monsters and potentially give other people advantage on a swing.
Swinging.
I have a sorcerer who can like incur penalties onto the creature or to like slow them down, which makes them less effective. So I'm like, I'm just going to give them max hit points. That way they survive more than a round. And I get to do I usually give a monster an ability. And if I get to do that one ability, I'm like, all right, he can die now. Let him die.
Let him die.
I used to be like, oh, he needs to survive. He's a super, of course he'd live. He's a super scary bad guy. And I eventually went like, that's actually pretty childish. So what if I just set a goal for the monster? And the goal is he does the explode ability once, and that's it. We're Gucci now. Now we just see if he survives or not.
The scarecrow is actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah. He's got like a frightful presence that I think paralyzes you.
Yeah.
He's got his little claws that he hits you with.
That also frighten you, apparently, that I didn't realize. Yeah.
He's a little scary machine.
He's a funny little guy. Ooh, yeah.
In Pathfinder, it's the layers below the Underdark called the vaults. So fun to explore. Oh, is that Abomination Vaults or whatever? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about your own version of the Underdark? Oh, giggling up there.
Yeah.
What's she doing? What's she giggling?
Playing Siege. I don't know what she's doing exactly. Yeah.
You're a funny little guy.
Little Borbo.
Maybe I'll do an elite CR3. That'll be fun.
A CR3?
Well, scarecrows are CR1.
Ah.
I can still do a CR1.
No, I wasn't asking like 3's too much. I was asking like we're level 5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that I know, but but also like what you typically do is like have like multiple enemies.
Mm.
So because a lot of the random encounters is with the idea that there are multiple enemies. Although, oof. If you guys encounter the elite revenant, that would be fun.
The what?
That would be terrified, I believe.
That dude's pissed.
Uh-huh. So much damage.
He just yells, "Curse of Strahd," while he's fighting us.
Behold the curse of Strahd. Oh my god, dude's got 4 saving throws. You gotta be shitting me.
Nope. Or Orvian vaults. The abomination vaults are not the same as the vault of Orv. Oh.
And regeneration? Uh-oh.
That does make sense. The Revenant is meant to be a scary lad that they eventually gave player stats to.
Mm-mm.
I'm still waking up.
Yeah.
I'm waking up.
That 11-hour
Alright.
stream did, in fact, fuck me.
Well, you've been,
Yeah.
speaking of breaks, Mr.
Been
Streaming
working
every day.
hard.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna have to start getting this guy like a fucking employment contract. He keeps doing these 8 hours, dog.
To
Well,
like himself.
I will say the reason is I've been
Uh-huh.
feeling motivated, of course, but also the numbers, the metrics, real good. So
Yeah,
Nice.
it kind of feels sort of
you're
smart to
being-
capitalize on it. So
you're being consistent.
Bro, consistency is key.
I don't know if I'm going to stream every day next week. I definitely want a day to play video games.
This guy plays video games.
I wanted to play
Actually.
like Path of Exiles 2. I wanted to play Marvel Rivals. I just want to play some video games.
Mm-hmm.
Veg out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably end up doing that next week. If we're playing, then I'll probably end up taking I'll probably end up not streaming Monday, and then just taking that day and then playing D&D that night, and that'll be my veg day.
Mm-hmm.
I do like no work, and I say I'll do no work until my brain goes,
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm to
watch me
work.
roll-
hey, you saw that one boss?
I've rolled my eyes right now. I'm like, yeah, no work. You got it, man.
I think, sometimes there are some days
Just-
where my brain's like, you're not working at all, dog. You're gonna watch this. You're gonna watch Whoops play Minecraft for like 12 hours, and then you're gonna eventually go to bed.
Look at this guy thinking.
Stream
that.
the games. I'm not gonna. That defeats the purpose.
I'm glad I'm glad you think so.
Huh?
You don't want to get into that mindset of. I mean, I'm playing the
Think of the
game
content.
anyways. I might as well just make content based on it.
Content. Your life is content.
You need
Forever.
You need time for yourself.
100%. That's how I treat it. There are times where I'm playing a game and I go, I should just hang out with chat.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it is like, it's very easy to fall into that trap.
I have seen that. I've considered doing streams where like I just don't talk, like I'm just playing the game or whatever. But then I'm also like, nobody's actually gonna want to watch that, so I'll just keep those like that day that I'm feeling that way. I'm just gonna stay home.
Mm-hmm. Cancel. But also, it is, yeah. Just like, oh man, I should just be streaming this, you know. It's like, don't do that.
Stop it! Stop it!
Don't do that.
Abomination vaults were made much more recently than the vaults of Orv, which descended past the Darklands and make up lower levels of the Darklands and were made by Xiomorphs, weird, cryptic, ancient earth elementals that are filled with horrible, vile, evil shit. Got to finish the Shadow of the Erd Tree. Well, that I did promise I would play on stream because chat has been there for the entire ride, so we'll finish that ride together. My thing is when I get into a work mood like this, I don't want to play anything. Like, I'll put on like a YouTube video and I'll have that going in the background, or I'll put on like a video essay. But I don't want to play games when I'm in a mood like this. I always feel like when I'm playing a game, I'm wasting my time.
This is also, I mean, this is kind of the work time, you know, when you're preparing for a new campaign, right? When the campaign's set up, that's when it's like, you just let it rip.
Let it rip.
But also has to be, there's something to be said about like, learning a new system too. Like, and feeling that motivation to be like, I want this to be the best experience I can make it. So that way people enjoy it. Because it is going to be, it's a test. Like, it's going to be a test for the community. If the community likes it, it's going to be a test for my players. If my players are going to like it. And it's going to be a test for me to see if I like it. So I want to make sure it's the best possible experience that I can offer. And that way, there's no weird sort of moment where like everybody goes, "Oh, he just half-assed it." That's why nobody enjoyed it.
I don't think that'll happen.
Test these.
Well, I appreciate that. Shut the fuck up, Cecil. No, we're still gonna do the Dan washroom. Again, it's when I get in a mood like this, I don't want to do anything other than work. Like, I don't think you guys have understood. The last 5 days have been stream, eat some food, go to bed, wake up, clean up, do all my stuff, stream again. Like,
yeah,
I haven't been like filling the time with like a game or anything like that. I've tried to like play a game after stream or something like that, and my brain's just like, turn that off. I go, okay.
You go, right. Whatever you say.
Okay.
Like, I haven't even watched like Dan yet, or like any of the new episodes. So that'll be something we do as a community still. I am, after all, a man of my word. Lurker, my goodness, thank you very much for Jesus 5 gifted subs, reaching the sub goal of 400. Jesus fucking Christ.
Epic.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much.
Well played.
Thanks for sticking around for so goddamn long. I remember you showing up during the Monster Hunter streams, and those were eons back. On the grind set? Yep. You can do Night Rain too? Yeah, I'm gonna play FromSoft's Battle Royale. That sounds pretty cool. I will buy any From Software slop.
Slop.
Nice.
Yeah, if it has the From Software tag on it, I will buy it and I will play it. I am I'm like the fucking Manchurian candidate when I hear From Software.
Give it to me.
Yeah. Same.
It's a Boss Rush roguelike. Yeah, but they have like the closing circle and stuff like that. So I will call it a Battle Royale because it has Battle Royale like elements. I do like that. I do like the whole idea of like you get invaded by a random boss. That's pretty cool. The idea of the nameless king rolling up and be like pussy and fucking exploding me is pretty dope.
Why would you call me that?
What are you doing here, man? Go back to your family, dog. Oh, Wolfmaster, thank you very much for 5 more gifted subs, brother. Very kind of you. Hey, if you guys got a gifted sub, be sure to say thank you to the folks who gifted it to you.
Points gun.
I do, yeah. That's You will be courteous and you will say thank you. We have manners in this place. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Matt making like I'm making like demons. Yeah, I haven't even touched Fortnite. I wanted to play Fortnite too. They have a new game mode called Ballistic, which is like their first person mode. I'm kind of curious if they cooked with that or not.
Hi, did you cook?
There's a Giga sale on them. Oh, I was about to say, I was like, I own every single game that they've that FromSoft has put out, so that is not relevant to me. But if you're a person who's wanted to try and get into From Software games, there's a sale going right now. Go get that. Bandai Namco. But I own From Software games.
The whole thing.
I think the only one I don't own is their early games.
This one.
This one's for the boys.
This one's for the boys. Woo!
Yeah, I don't have Kingsfield. I don't have their ninja game either.
Let's fight like ninjas.
Tried to do Foxhole, but only could manage 20-30 minutes before jumping back to Incarnate. Yeah. Do you like Sekiro? Fucking love Sekiro.
Sekiro's pretty cool.
Only thing I'm paying right now is my credit card so I can go to school with as little debt as possible before I start working. Hell yeah.
That's so real of you. They added the Illuminate to Helldivers, so there's a third faction now.
I saw that. You guys got some robot lads.
Indeed, the aliens. They're pissed.
They're pissed.
Can't believe they'd attack us completely unprovoked.
Why would they do that, bastards?
It's weird.
We didn't do anything to you. We're super. I'm making a map too, but it's a hag cabin and dungeon alchemist. Ah. Oh, I just sneeze. How you liking Dungeon Alchemist? I tried it a couple times. I don't really care all too much for like isometric style stuff.
I hate it.
I know you can do like a top-down 3D look, but I felt like it clashed too much with my other maps. And when I got into it, it was when it first came out, and it was rather limited. Maybe that has changed, and maybe it has more to offer. I saw that in Night Rain, they did have some Sekiro movement, and one of the guys like fucking parried like he was in Sekiro. So I'm very interested in that. I watched him like actively parry a boss, but he did it with his sword. So I was like, oh. And there was some movement, like the way the guy scaled up the side of the cliff. was very reminiscent of how Wolf moved. So I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. I was inspired to give another hex map a go. Oh, dude, nice. Yeah, your last hex map was pretty pog. I saw how much you had picked up on. It was really dope. All right, this is our layout so far of the second floor of the dungeon. We've got the temple quarters, which is where you're going to find the sort of resting place, the bunk beds and stuff. But the Herngar have come through and they've turned this place into they've activated a trap, a hazard, as it were. We have the antechamber, which is where the ambush is, where they're going to start fighting some Herngar. We have the wizard's chamber, which is our replacement for the elemental chaos. Some wizard was down here. Okay. Some wizard was down here fucking with some stuff, and now the players are going to pay for it. We have the entrance to the world below, which is where our Herngar came from. We have the galley and the rest area, which is where you get into the mob fight. You fight a bunch of like lower level guys. It's like a little gang fight. We got our first boss fight and then our final boss fight, our replacement for the horned dragon. Let's parry like ninjas. I fucking whoops. God damn it. That goddamn balloon SMP. Brain rotting me.
What are you guys talking about?
That's where do you think I got the fucking let's fight like demons?
I thought that was a Rozzy thing.
No, that was a me thing. I brought it to Rozzy. And it's all because I was watching Whoops. And Whoops and Ferris or Skullwalver were saying it every fucking like 3 minutes in the first episode. I just caught myself saying it while I was playing with Rozzy. We were doing we were playing Fortnite. And we were running towards something. I was like, let's fight like demons. And he's like, what the fuck did you just say? And then when it just went from there. And now it's everywhere. It's in my brain constantly.
I see.
Is it more kobold noises again? God damn it.
What?
There's an audio cue in the Foundry.
Oh.
That if you hover over it, it plays kobold noises. Where they're like, nom, nom,
love kobold
nom, nom,
noises.
nom, nom. And I was hovered over it looking at what the encounter was. So. Dude, I was always like, I had a very like dumb view very early on when I started watching Whoops like years back. I tried to watch some of Ferris's stuff. I tried to watch Ferris stream, and I was like, he's kind of funnier when he has other people to bounce off of. So I sort of like wrote it off. And then I started watching his stuff recently, and I realized how funny he actually is on his own, and that he's even funnier when he's with people. So I'm a big Skullwalver fan now.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I wasn't it wasn't me like I'm 4 years sober. You didn't need to congratulate me. Yeah, I found a content creator.
You've adjusted your opinions. Very good. You're cool now.
Huh, thanks. Freaking little guys. Yeah, I'm gonna make the what I've decided is that the Herngar who have come up from the world below basically caught a group of kobolds that were squatting and made them like basically enslaved them. So all the kobolds down here are going to be sympathetic little guys.
Kill them. I say kill them all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. The voices, Wonka. There might be more. I thought I turned them all off. Are there more voices?
The voices.
What is that? Is that the music? Oh, God. This fucking... It's so lucky that it doesn't claim... Like, it doesn't have any, like, DMCA stuff.
No.
This fucking, like, 12-hour copyright-free sucks ass. It
They
has, like,
usually do.
people talking in the background. Like, little, like... Like, little fucking voices in the background. But it's the only one that doesn't copyright strike my YouTube videos immediately. So that's why I've been using it. The old one that I was using, like where we had like rock music and stuff, that's like, oh, DMCA free, no copyright. Every time that was up there, they would hard copyright strike my videos.
Ooh.
Hello. That was one that I told my mods to kill earlier, and they didn't.
Ooh.
Because I knew immediately that that motherfucker was a bot. I'll
These
do it
damn
myself.
mods can't trust them for nothing.
I'll do it myself. Ban.
Excuse me?
I'm back.
I love that.
What's so freaking funny?
Oh, nothing. Smile.
Ugh. God. Shits in your toilet, doesn't flush.
What the fuck?
On stream, Legion, I told you to kill a bot who had joined the Discord, and you didn't. Now I've done it.
This will go on your report card.
Your end of year review is coming up.
Ooh. You know,
No,
I
it's
don't
fine.
want to.
I think it was during a conversation that we were having, and you guys were talking about that guy, and I was like, just kill him, like just get him out of here. He's obviously a bot. And then you guys didn't, and he sent a message to Brett.
Yeah. Kill him.
Tree of Savior music is free for everyone, and it's quite good, but a lot of different types of music. Tree of Savior. Can you send Jen? Could you send a playlist in the Discord so I could take a peek at it after stream?
Creeping.
I was bathing. Whatever, stinky rat. Whatever. I have to wonder
You know,
if
it's
these...
just
What's up?
it's a bad time to make these kinds of mistakes with people's checks being reviewed. HR wouldn't want to hear about this, you know.
Ooh, yeah. HR would look at any opportunity to get rid of you so they don't have to pay you.
That's usually how it works.
I wonder if all these are out here lying about DMCA free stuff only to strike other videos and steal ad revenue. There's a high likelihood. Like,
It's really not.
the last 2 months, which I've been using this, no copyright strikes. All my old videos, like all my old world building streams and stuff like that, I can't get any revenue from.
Also, you can only get away with that for so long. And by get away with that, I mean pennies. You're making pennies.
Uh-huh.
Like, there is just no reason to do that.
Are you being fired? Are you being fired for me telling you on stream that when you didn't hear it? No, you're not being fired for that. We were having a conversation, and then in the middle of the conversation, I said, "Kill that bot," and then you guys were doing stuff. That's not. That is not grounds for removal.
Bitched over.
Also, you're not paid, so there really is no.
Yeah, like why would I
way
do
to
that?
Fire.
Jesus.
There's really no way to fire you.
Your fucking salary's getting cut in half. I want you to know.
Yeah, the cool thing is you could also just be like, yeah, I'm not gonna mod anymore. And you're
Yeah,
like, well,
but-
I guess that's all what's gonna happen then. There's really not much I can do about it. What am I gonna do? Not pay you? I mean, I don't know what.
Yeah, man, that's the CEO grind set.
Yeah. I'm not paying you. And now also I'm incredibly disappointed by your actions.
Where are my employees?
You guys
Where'd they
didn't
go?
know that I had hired a HR team on the side and a salary team on the side, and now
Yeah.
your review's coming up.
Instead of paying my mods, I hired this other team that's making me go broke.
I've hired a third-party company to to see to all of my business affairs.
I've got no money. It's all gone.
You guys are gonna be so pissed.
Also, I'm done streaming. I have to get a. Have to go to Bucky's to make up for all of this.
I'm gonna make
Nice.
so much money at Bucky's, dude. It's insane.
I mean, they're doing something right.
I'm making 150K a year. Fucking get it.
Shit, man.
Use this room. The room pretty big. So Jover, boys. It's a 50.
Mods killed that other mod. Honestly.
50 by 40. It's a big room.
I do
It's a
like
big-ass
that.
room.
I do like that as in.
Mods kill. Yeah. Hey, Summer, go kill those other mods, please.
Yeah, go and murder those mods for me, please.
Please and thank you.
30, 45. Let me get a little bit. Do something like. We'll just fill out the whole.
Must.
Bucky stream win. Low turns into crap. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry.
I was
it's
memeing. My
happening.
God. But he's in trouble.
Relax, kid. It's just a joke. It's just corporate humor.
Not like we've had like a security breach or something. Anything bad
What?
happen. It's
Oh
just
wait, we did, and you didn't do anything about it.
it's just been like bot discords that have come in.
Yeah,
There's like the literal least of our worries.
yeah.
You guys embarrassed me in front of my most profitable client.
God, I hope I never look at Brett that way.
Yeah, I hope you never look at me that way too. Jesus, fuck!
My shareholders are fucking furious.
What did you do?
I pay you people so that my corporate interests are not harassed like this.
Sorry, you don't pass. What?
Did I ask?
Huh?
Sorry, that sound like lip.
You know what? I'm getting new unpaid interns. Fuck you guys.
Need 7 years of modding experience before I hire you.
But cream of the crop. Posterity, of course.
I'm changing what Kigela does.
What the?
I'm changing it up.
We're gonna fight her again?
No, you guys aren't, but Patreon's gonna get a new version.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I liked her little like force
guess.
bowl thing. That was pretty cool.
Oh, the thing? Yeah, that's what I'm getting rid of.
What?
That was my favorite thing.
I
It's
thought that
gone.
was neat.
Yeah, now it's a demonic howl, where it's a emanation, an AOE howl.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And if you
Hmm.
fail, you take psychic damage, and the next attack
Ah.
made against you is at a advantage.
Brett is tired of totem barbarians.
Yeah, I need to do more psychic damage. I'm getting real sick of Grendel surviving.
I want that piece of shit gone. He hasn't rolled enough characters yet.
I can do force.
Lost a
It's time
hand.
to stop.
That's it. I want you dead in the ground.
Just checking the back of each player's neck with like, there's like an expiration date. This guy's about to be overdue.
Yeah, man.
My
What's the drama?
bloodlust.
What's the tension?
My bloodlust. It thirsts.
I will put you in the ground, Gribble. Oh my god.
I have a very tight schedule. One player character death a week, and we are behind schedule.
Boring.
Get your bad. Checks the viewers count on YouTube. Yeah, someone's got to die.
God, I need to kill someone there. I'm gonna
Numbers are down as he grabs a knife.
circling.
I don't. So that does not work like you think it does. Because Veldrin died and people were pissed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Veldrin
but,
died because I made him die. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't even Brett killing my character.
That's
that
right.
was me.
Crown single-handedly ruined my career.
That's right.
Ooh.
I
can't
went, this
believe
is
you
what
did
my
this.
character would do. And people were like, oh, but he could have escaped. And I was like, yeah, but he wouldn't have. And that concept fell on deaf ears for a lot of people, and they blamed Brett.
It is what it is. Target takes 1d10 psychic damage. And for 1 minute, or until Mon uses
And for a shard mine totem barbarian. Oh hell yeah. I bring the shard mine from 4th edition. I put it in the Curse of Strahd. I'm gonna be a plasmoid artificer. In Curse of Strahd?
They can't ever get my blood. Oh, I sent Kieran my vampire idea background and a picture. Would you like to see the picture?
Yeah.
I'll put it.
I was
in
cooking
text
up
chat.
something last night. I think I'm gonna play a gambler who
Oh, nice.
like Icarus flew too close to the sun and lost his life to a vampire.
I'm playing a stockbroker.
Oh.
I'm
you're a
evil.
cunt.
Oh, I'm evil. I put it in text chat. I picked the most like skeevy looking white dude I could find.
Oh my god, that looks like a tech bro.
He's
Jesus.
such a tech bro vibe.
Oh my god.
He's a stockbroker turned money launderer.
This guy looks like
Turns,
he's gonna try and sell me a cryptocurrency.
He will sell you cryptocurrency. If, depending on the era that we play in, if cryptocurrency exists, he has one.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna play like a. I'm gonna play like a despondent gambler, like somebody who has like an addiction to gambling, and basically was on a high one night and got basically approached by somebody to play a rather exclusive game, and he was like,
God.
"Sick, dude. How much money? Yes, I'm in." And then lost. And the vampire was like, I don't want your money. He's like, oh, whew, thank God. And he's like, I want your life. And he's like, what?
Oh my God. We're going to be such best toxic bros. We're going to be all about that money. I'm basically a gambler too. Just, you know.
Huh? Me pushing you away. We're not the same, bro.
Brother, I was a leech before I became a vampire, okay? I'm just saying.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, the minute he got let go of from BlackRock, he became a money launderer for the mob. So funny how those cultures constantly seem to collide.
It all lines up.
Mix.
We're playing this Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably stream after session.
Lovely. Yes. Kira was like, so you're going to play a Tremor? And I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I have no idea what the vampire clans
And
are.
I'm like, I don't know. What's a Tremor? Like, she's like, we'll talk about it. I'm like, all right. I'm a vampire, smile.
Hell that's basically how it was gonna was how I was gonna wing it. It was basically be like, this is my concept. Let me know what vampire type this fits into, please. Thank you.
The paragraph I sent her is a mix of like SCP redacted and like tech jargon resume, like grind set motive. So
no.
so like an excerpt. Anthony's activities eventually drew the attention of social media, and he could tell he was about to lose his investors. However, if you unspoil it, it actually says Anthony's activities drew the attention of the authorities, and he could tell he was about to become a scapegoat.
Nice. We have 2 Icarus in the party who flew too close
Correct.
to the sun.
Planning to find new business opportunity, he tracked down the reporter that threatened his career. Actually reads into planning to disappear. He tracked down the mole that threatened his career. Intending to sue.
Yeah, that man's got a slander case.
Oh yeah.
He's ready. He's ready to win all his money back.
Give me that money.
Is this game going to be streamed? I believe not. I don't believe Karen's going to start up streaming all of a sudden. So it's probably just going to be a private game. Unless she lets Stella stream. Who knows?
Anthony always thought of the grind, and life in New York, cocaine, wasn't cheap. So Mr. White spent his off time investing in himself, learning and buying firearms to compete with the competition, silence and threaten any moles.
No, Stella's not running. Stella's playing.
Indeed. I'm not a nice guy. I'm a bad man. With a crypto scam.
So far, to my knowledge, it's Sizzle, Stella, Cyric, Rousey, and then myself.
I have a new startup. I call it Ponzi Inc.
Oh, nice. Very bold. Very bold.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to see Enron come back.
Was that a popular Ponzi scheme? Is that what you're referencing?
Huh? Enron? You don't know Enron?
That doesn't sound familiar.
Enron was the historic Ponzi scheme. It was one of the biggest like fraud cases, to the point where it's the first like corp that basically got taken down. And ironically, like when you say fraud in big business, you think Enron. It was like the case that set the precedent for antitrust. However, mostly as a meme, people have made like a website basically saying that Enron's coming back.
Oh my god!
Correct. And that it's selling a crypto.
That'd be so funny.
There's like a little funny. There's a little like very straight-faced like very corpo ad for Enron coming back. Like you wouldn't even know that this website was a joke if you didn't read the little thing at the bottom that says the very like legal disclaimer that says this is for, you know, purposes of entertainment.
Yikes.
Indeed.
How big is this chamber? 65 or 70 by 45. Fucking time in there. 10, 20, 30. All right, I can get away with a room this big then. We'll just make this the final boss chamber. I think I'm gonna get rid of this valley here and move it around. I have a problem with the hag cabin. How can I make the interior fitting for a 9-foot tall person? Everything is a bit wonky because I feel weird making scaled furniture for a hag that steals from nearby. I don't know, brother. I'm not familiar with the program all too much. You could always like make it and then explain that it's like kit bashed, like she's put multiple pieces together to make a table big enough for her. I was hit with a somewhat silly idea, so I wanted to make copper be considered high in demand. So I went with the idea that copper can be infused with magic to help make flying ships fly. Because of this, I got to the point where they had to use and melt the copper coins into the flying ship. So I understand that electrum is considered useless. So I made the new copper coin. Oh, that's cool. It's dope for you to have, sort of figured out how to make a currency fit in your setting. Thankfully, Pathfinder doesn't have Electrum, so praise be.
What's your problem?
I just don't like the funny money.
What are you talking about?
I like my funky silver standard. Mostly because I wrote names for it. So, like sunk cost fallacy. I don't want to use a new currency system. I want to use my currency system that I made.
Me.
My money. Mine.
It's all mine.
Hashtag invest in Crown Coin.
They did remove it from second edition. Yeah. You can add it. I did because I think it's funny. What a menace, brother. What a menace. I like the $50, he says. Your Deadbeats reveal is going to be Thursday?
Yes.
Understood.
Thursday at 4 p.m. EST.
Oh, man.
I would like that.
All right, one more time. What time?
4 p.m. EST, so it'd be 3 p.m. CST.
Understood. I haven't ruined my sleep schedule yet, so
Yeah,
I'll
maybe
be awake by then.
That'd be maybe this was a good thing that this all fucked up because also the Game Awards was happening, so I don't know. We'll see.
Oh God, yeah, dude, the Game Awards is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't during the Game Awards, but everyone was prepping for the Game Awards.
Right.
Witcher 4.
I need to give Witcher 3 a solid chance.
I still need to finish Witcher 3. It's such a long ass game.
I need a fucking lore video for Witcher 3 about what happened in Witcher 2 and 1.
That'd be nice. Yeah. I think that's what sort of kept me away from finishing Witcher 3 was there were a lot of like references. And I was like, oh fuck, do I have to go play the other games?
It really, yeah. The other games that are ancient as fuck, and you're like, I want to play an old game. Fuck you.
You really only need to know what happened in Witcher 2. Witcher 1, there's some references to that, but Witcher 2 is really where, the historical events of Witcher 3 are because of Witcher 2. Because that's the assassin of kings, and when you kill kings, it's pretty important.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll do a Witcher. I'll watch a Witcher 2 lore.
Indeed.
Video.
I played Witcher 2 all the way through. It's not a very long game. It's not an open world like Witcher 3. It's it was fun. I enjoyed it. The story, very good.
Do I drink the zero sugar NOS? Hell no, I don't.
Hell no.
I don't drink Zero sugar, nothing. What's that? That's my blood test? Oh, all forms of diabetes? That's crazy. You gotta add Electrum to casino, as that's what they use in casino for chips. Oh, interesting. What's up, Lore? What'd you miss? Nothing much. I'm finishing up the layout of the second floor of the dungeon. Sort of parsing out where everything goes. Reworking everything to make it fit within the lore of what we've established so far. In the country of Numeria, there's also another currency called silver discs, which are just spent batteries that can't be recharged because Numeria is in the region where starships crashed centuries ago in lore. All of that is in Galarian. I forgot to add that. I mean, that sounded like that was in Galarian when you referenced that. Stay away from it because it tastes like garbage. The only one that I've had any problem with flavor-wise was the actual mango-flavored Nos. I didn't really care all too much for it. It tasted kind of nasty. And that's hilarious because Nos by itself tastes mango-y.
All right, I must go. You guys have a good day.
Take care, brother.
So long. Let's see. How much of Witcher 2 can I remember?
The temple quarters will have a hazard. The Herngar have set up a hazard in here to basically keep intrepid heroes from coming down. You have diabetes 70. It's not even meant to be a thing until 3071, but here you are, trailblazing. I love my diabetes. The $50 used to be worth it. Nowadays, you need like $10 to have anything used. I mean, yeah, a $20 bill is the equivalent of a $5 bill nowadays. So.
Except you're in the Philippines. $20 is still king.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue, boss.
No, go on, go off, King. Show that nationalistic pride. Go off.
Well, I just said I love inflation. Okay, now that the boss raccoon's gone, what do you think would be cool for Mr. Brett's reactive image for this one?
What do you mean?
So you know how Lore has his little book. You have your book and your honey jar. What do you think Mr. Brett could have?
Well, I mean, you're asking about the guy who has sold several books. Like,
I see books again. More books.
if not that, then fishing, like a little fishing rod and stuff like that, because his first book was Why Slay Dragons, so you could be fishing.
Understand.
Where's the image? Well, he's not on the right account. He's on his Doodle account,
Yeah,
which is why he doesn't have a reactive.
Don't you remember last stream yesterday? The bee died. 50 bricks to the forehead.
Oh my god. Are we just assigning bricks to people now?
No, it's
I thought that
specific
was
to the
Crown's thing. You really have that authority to assign bricks? Are you
I was the one
bricklayer?
who delivered 50 bricks to Legion's forehead.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. Unfortunate. Well, Legion, good luck. Witcher.
Stream continuity.
It's the streaming cinematic universe. Every stream matters. You gotta watch every single 11-hour VOD to get the
You
full
would go insane. You would go insane. There's a point where like there's nothing. You can't even watch the old VODs because
Guys, you think
I
we
didn't
can
have a
upload
YouTube.
these Twitch streams to Spotify and call it a podcast?
I think you can only do that with MP3s.
Shit.
I think you can upload MP4s.
Yeah,
to
guys. Sorry, guys.
Spotify.
No Crown podcast.
I mean, to be fair, right? You did upload it on YouTube. You can't just YouTube download to MP3.
An 11-hour VOD.
Hell yeah, bro.
That ain't gonna work. You need a
It will.
program explicitly to download like Twitch or YouTube into an MP3 format. And that's only if you have the actual file.
It can work up to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So you just got to cut up the VODs in
Yeah,
4
cut
hours.
up the VODs. Okay.
Nice. You cut up the VOD mid-speech. You're about to say something.
Jesus.
Continue
I
on the
go
next
fucking insane doing that. I had to lose my mind and get burned out mega quick.
That's why you gotta hire editors at that point.
Hire editor, brother. I can't even afford my rent half the time. I can't afford no fucking editors.
I'll do it for $5.
For $5, you're gonna
Yeah.
undertake all of that labor. I'm not paying you $5 because that's not even remotely close to what that position is worth. You would deserve
I'm bad
more
with
money. I'm bad with money. Yeah, you would basically be giving me free labor at that point, and that would not feel right morally at all to do that. So no.
Dang it.
I don't even like when people give me art for free. So
We do
You're
it.
complaining about the fan right now? Oh my gosh.
Oof.
I want
I'll
to make
never
sure
go
that
again.
I want to make sure that people who have a talent and a skill actually get recognized and paid for that talent and skill.
You do it for the love of the game.
That's not.
Well,
Yeah,
I do
is the
get
love of the game
paid.
gonna feed
I
you?
do have a lot of clients, and I just do fan art in between jobs. So I am paid for my work. Don't worry, I am well fed.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, just think about this, boss, man.
Just think about it.
No, just think. Okay, wait, one second. Just think about it, right? Thinking from my perspective, right? The love of the game did let me, work. So it's like free advertisement.
Legion.
Love the game, baby.
I don't think you understand. If I were to go, hey, start cutting up these VODs into a recognizable format so I can upload them to another thing, that is hours of work. Cutting up an 11-hour VOD for it to not only for you to like download it, but to register it and like render it and all that other shit. That is labor intensive. I'm basically supercharging your internet like bill. That ain't cheap. And if you live in a place with shitty internet connection, that's going to be even harder. Like here in the States, I have fiber, but if I were to go live in Arizona, that in a place that doesn't have fiber, my fucking God.
The love of the game.
No, stop.
Oh, Mr. Crowd.
What's up,
Mr.
man?
Luna. Could you the new Luna mode? The new Luna?
I beg your pardon?
The new Luna Yapper.
Oh, give me a second.
Thank you.
Okay.
It looks so good.
Hyper detailed burb.
The first of the animals to finally become, a beast folk.
I can't even call you a little guy anymore. You're like too detailed.
Oof, unfortunate. Honestly, it's probably for the better. Little guys are a threat.
Personally, I did not say I hate fan art. There's a very big difference between fan art and somebody being like, yeah, I'll just draw that for you for free. I'm also a talented artist.
Crown hates farts. I can't believe it.
I'll kill you.
You got nothing to kill this time.
What?
I'll kill your spirit. And that's a lot easier to kill than a bee.
Is it though?
Yeah.
As I commissioned Legion to draw just a entire plethora of women with like double D's. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Oh, no. I wouldn't do that to me.
Hello, abs commission artist.
Have you seen an enchanting infiltrator as a hag monster? You think it could work? I need a little bit more details, John. All right, this is what we're cooking with so far. This is our second floor of the dungeon.
How does one get up? Or the stairs?
Do you see any other furniture in this place yet?
That is also concerning. Why are there no furniture here?
Because I'm not even done with the layout yet.
I'm just razzing you.
The stairs will go here.
Is it going to be like an elaborate staircase or just like,
An elaborate staircase?
Yeah, like full of bells and whistles,
I don't. What do you mean?
I can't explain it. You just had to be in the know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, like, I don't know. Are there any assets for staircase that have like banisters, all that?
No. I mean, there are some that are built in, but they kind of look fucking ugly. So,
Let's see.
like, there was one, or was it? They were really ugly. Like a wooden staircase that, oh yeah, like this one. This one has like a built-in sort of rails on the side,
Hey,
but I'm not using that.
oh,
It doesn't match the stairs I used upstairs.
that's fair. Well, are those stairs connected to these sets of stairs?
Yeah, you go through the stairs at the top and you come out here at the bottom.
Okay, understood.
Listening in as I'm doing chores around the apartment, would you mind going over some sort of story you've got so far for Adis's Pathfinder 2e beginner box? I do know you have a wide variety of creatures about the place. Sure, man. Yeah, I can go over that real quick. Question about the final boss room. Do you want your players to have a tactical play with those curves in the chamber? Yeah, I planned on creating like high points that the party could spend actions to climb up to give themselves some sort of tactical advantage. Like a ranged rogue or like a ranger or something being able to like conceal themselves to gain some bonuses and stuff like that. I haven't figured out what the final boss will be. Is the head of a hag coven that converts a thieves guild to hag minions slowly. That sounds dope. A hag that's like basically has her own cadre of rogues that work under her and stuff. That sounds super sick, brother. And yes, Sycophant, it is Monster Hunter Day.
Yes.
Yeah, these would be like ledges that so there's gonna be like the main area that you fight in, and then these little nooks and crannies are gonna be ledges. I have no idea what they're playing.
Good heavens.
Siege.
Okay, so let me do this. So we have our beginner box, as it were, for Nerdlord. The players will be hired by Preston to investigate a recent break-in. To basically handle with whatever threat or whatever little creatures have emerged and started breaking into the stuff around this place. Their first encounter for giant centipedes. We're going to introduce them to persistent damage very, very quickly, poison and all that
Extremely
stuff.
quickly.
Correct. Also, my OBS is shitting itself, probably because we have 3 people in the house streaming at this time. I'm Twitch and I see. Hey.
God's strongest soldier.
I'm seeing the lag now. So we're just gonna let it catch up. So first chamber, gonna introduce them to 4 giant centipedes, persistent damage, little guys. They're nothing too crazy. Second room here, gonna introduce them to skill checks, climbing down into this chamber to sort of figure out how skill checks work, like athletics and stuff like that. Then we're going to go into the first boss chamber, which is the web lurker room. This room here. We're probably going to put like a small hazard to add to the room, or I'm going to throw in a centipede to basically have the web lurker have something else to fight with. We're going to get introduced to our chamber here, our tomb vaults. The web lurker broke into them and has been sort of stealing stuff from here, basically creating a secondary room for him to cultivate a unique type of centipede and spider. This is where they're going to fight zombies and or the skeletons and the one zombie. The other vault here is closed. This is going to be the party's chance to if they want to, if they have a rogue or anything, figure out how like lock picking works. And the multiple skill checks required to get through a gate into this room. This is going to be like a place for them to rest. We have a shrine dedicated to the goddess of death, Saints. This is where the temple would basically beseech guidance from the goddess of death to ensure that those that were entombed here were protected and their souls were ferried into the next life where they were expected to go. This is going to be where the party will undertake one of their first test of wills. A recall knowledge and a little will save to gain a bonus or gain a boon or a bonus or a bane. This chamber here is a sort of in between rest chamber, usually for the people watching over the tomb vaults, as well as sort of like a way sort of caretakers for the various shrines down here. It's been ransacked, as it were, or sort of turned into a in-between little barricade because some kobolds have escaped their imprisonment and slavery at the hands of the Herngar that are here. So they are using this chamber to recoup, and they were trying to get into the surface through Preston's cellar, but the web lurker was in the way. What they were trying to do was gather enough supplies and equipment to go up to the surface, get some more allies, and then come back and defeat the Herngar, but the web lurker stood in their way and killed a good number of them. So now they are forced to recoup, and the party has a chance here for some diplomacy. Get them introduced to like how attitudes work, or like how a creature might feel about them, and how they might be able to manipulate that through skill checks, or a combat encounter if nobody speaks a certain language, or if they fuck over the kobolds. They'll get introduced to the statues of the saints of Ebor, so the 4 saints of Ebor. All of them have a small offering and a plaque depicting what each one is. This is another place where they'll be able to recall knowledge, or perhaps some lore checks will come into this. Each little box contains a small offering that will be relevant later on in another room. Here they'll enter the trial room, which is for the new prospecting members of this temple. This is how you would gain Ebor's favor. They'll complete their trial here. It's a series of puzzles, which is another chance for the party to work together. Probably no checks or anything like that. Just going to be straight up party knowledge. If they succeed, they'll be rewarded with Ebor's favor, which is some treasure back here, as well as access to some of the mechanisms within the ceremony room. The ceremony room is where we're first going to encounter the Herngar, and the Herngar and their kobold slaves. They are trying to get into the trial room to chase after the kobolds that escaped, so they can also get to the surface. They are here on behalf of the Maverin. The Maverin being the Illithids in my setting. They have made a deal with the Herngar for some slaves. And the Herngar they plan on collecting that very fat stack of money. So they're going to get introduced to the Herngar, who had to deal with some adventurers here who basically came before them, who tried to escape enslavement and were killed as a result. They're going to meet one of the first bosses up here, who's going to be talking to their other Herngar and their kobolds, and basically tell them, you need to get through that fucking door or the walls. I don't care which one comes first, or else I'm going to sell you to the Split Lips myself. And he's going to be one of our big boys. He's going to replace the kobold boss that was just before the Horned Dragon. If they bring some offerings here to these small shrines, they'll be able to gain the respective blessings of whatever saint they took the item from.
It's pretty damn cool. I like it.
Mm.
So I'm actually curious how you'll do like the stat block you'll use or make for Illithids, because I don't believe there is one in Pathfinder.
You guys have one.
Lore. Oh, we do?
Mm-hmm. They're ugly as fuck. That's not how they're going to look in my setting, but you guys do have like Illithid stat blocks.
Oh, I didn't know.
The Maverin aren't calling the creatures slaves. It's what the Herngar are calling them. The Maverin are looking for people attuned to the current, and they are looking for psionically touched or talented individuals, of which they can turn into more Maverin. The Herngar do not care. They want money.
Give me your money.
We're on that grind set.
That sounds sick as hell. Thanks, brother. I saw a question earlier. Any chance you're uploading these? Yes, I will be uploading these maps to the Patreon once the incarnate bug dies down.
Hey, boss.
Give me a second.
Oh, thank you. Done by the ever lovely soup.
Okay.
What is that?
What do you
What
mean?
is that creature?
You know what that creature is.
What is that?
What are you using as illithids? I forget what they're actually called. They're in your monster core. They got big fat heads. They're like one of your aberrant creatures. See
They
if
got
I
big
can-
old heads.
see if I can find it just by scrolling through.
Left click to
Kilo, that's very kind of you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm doing very well. Well, maybe they're not in the remaster yet. I thought they were. Scrolling through. I'm scrolling through. Snake.
What are they
Right.
called again?
Also the G. Hold on, let me scroll.
I gotta go. It's been cool hanging, but I gotta rush.
All right, brother. Take care.
Take care.
Bye, Legion.
you?
Take care.
Why Legion?
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
See you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Yeah, I found it. I don't think it's remastered yet. Or no, it's in Monster Core. It's on page 107. The Gosreg, I think.
Yeah, these guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is what your guys' version of the Mind Flayer is.
I'm looking. Yep.
That's your mind flyer?
I'm looking at this, and that's a whole lot of nope and a ton of fuck that. I'm seeing that thing, and I'm going the opposite way.
Who's gonna fuck that?
Nobody. That's why that's not
Nobody's
how they look in
fucking
my
that.
setting.
Yeah, get that shit out of here, dog.
You know, honestly, that could be like, I mean, a brainstorm is like what happens when, you know, an illithid or a mind flayer gets either lacks brains or is has a mutated tadpole, something that goes horribly wrong.
I think they just shove them into a suit.
That's true. Into the soup you go.
You're hideous.
Father, why? Why have you forsaken me?
How are you supposed to seduce the Earth dwellers if you don't look good? Where's your abs?
Yeah. Zordok's
you know-
looking at the next generation of mind flayers. Where did we go so wrong?
I mean, hey, dad bods are in. Look at that. Look at that.
That's not a dad
chorus.
bod.
That is not even remotely close to a dad bod. Jesus, that's an insult to dad bods everywhere. For you
Yeah.
to even
My
consider.
apology, dads.
Honestly, I'm disgusted.
Is there a Planescape equivalent in Pathfinder? I don't know. I'm still learning Pathfinder Second Edition, brother. There might be some older stuff.
Why don't you know?
If you Google Chatter, if you Google the Pathfinder
Chatter.
2e, I'm tabbed out of the stream right now, so I don't know who it is.
Hello, chatters.
But yeah, the cosmology. There's outer planes, inner planes, lots of planes. And then there's stuff far beyond where all the Cthulhu-looking stuff, the Dark Tapestry.
You also tell me what this Monster Hunter D&D thing is that people talk about. Hey Sycophant, you still here? Sycophant knows more about it than I do. I am just a player.
I am a mere pawn in the machine.
I think it's like Onwin's Guide or Merowin's Guide or something like that to monster hunting.
It's Almoin's Guide to Monster Hunting. They made stat blocks for a ton of the Monster Hunter monsters, added mechanics and like the loot tables and all that good jazz.
The current characters that play Ogres and Beast Hearts in your campaign, are you going to try it? Are you going to have to convert those classes in the Pathfinder 2nd Edition? I don't have anybody that's playing those classes in my game. I have a talent in the form of Ollie, but Pathfinder has its own version of the Psychic, so
Indeed.
I don't think I'd have to change all too much.
Well, Ollie would probably be more of a killer in the Pathfinder one. They seem to be murder. They're the cantrip blaster.
They can overclock themselves and get a headache afterwards.
Yep. You ever just want to fucking lose it?
Are you tired of being nice? Have you ever thought of just going completely apeshit?
You just do Druid and Ranger. Yeah, you can do like multiple. You can do like the multiple archetype thing. Like start as a Ranger, take at level 2, take the Druid archetype. I gotta piss, so I'll be back.
Oh shit,
Okay.
he's pissing.
This girl.
Go piss, King. Don't fall in.
I return.
Whoa.
Welcome back.
Oh, hi there.
I'm glad you didn't fall in.
Takes more than a toilet to kill.
Underestimate not the porcelain bowl.
I just made it all I want.
I will miss you.
this.
Hard diss to Elvis. I saw what that freak ate.
I love me my PB&J.
PB&J with bacon and bananas and heart attack waiting to happen.
That PB&J sandwich didn't sit right with me.
I have to save the Toto clan.
Neither did the drugs.
What? He did drugs? No.
Yo-haw.
No.
So we
It
could
was
jump
just-
pretty quickly outside of the stairwell then.
What you mean?
We got jumped by the 2 kobold scouts pretty quickly. Right
Yeah,
off the rip.
we went down the stairs and they went, "Hamburger!" and they basically firing lined us. It was brutal.
And Seon took that personally.
True.
I don't want to feed you guys into like a bottleneck, force you to stride.
Kinky.
I believe I shall do that. Force you into a bottleneck.
You're a real bastard, you know that?
I'm aware.
Honestly, if you have things that can like drop down between the party members, it'd be a good way to teach them like the tumble through.
That wouldn't work here.
Well, I meant like for like a funnel, like the funnel idea.
Traps in the bottleneck? Like a hazard? I don't want to put a creature because that'll fucking dumpster them. But a hazard might be good. I could see them trapping the stairs.
I almost killed my level 1 barbarian yesterday with the falling debris. Chunked them for half their health.
Yeah, I was looking at the web lurkers hazards that he has. All of them would kill. Despite being low EXP hazards. The fucking Deathfall trap or whatever it's called, which is like a level 3 hazard, basically explodes any character at level 1.
Yeah, they're scary. It's like really makes like seek and all that stuff super important.
Oh, sorry, not the Deathfall one. It was the Noose. The Noose did like 3d6, and I crit failed it, and it did like 36 points of damage or something like that. It basically one-shots any level 1 character, like kills you outright type shit. And I was like, all right, well, we're not using that one.
Might have to workshop that a little bit. Maybe save that one for a rainy day.
I was like, fuck it. I'll just do something else. I'll just use like a different hazard or something like that, or I won't even have one. I'll just make him a level 3 instead of a level 2. And that'll be the moderate or the moderately severe encounter because they have 5 adventures instead of 4. So he gets 20 more EXP.
The other thing too is that there are some hazards that don't necessarily deal damage and turn into a sort of pseudo puzzle. Like there's a door one that you walk through, and it's if you don't make the illusion check or whatever the check is, it puts you in a different door or makes you look like you came back in the way you entered.
Interesting. Okay. For 3 hours of work, being able to at least finish and get the complete outline of the dungeon's pretty good. I will have to probably end stream here soon to go play in Sycophant's game. Depending on how I'm feeling afterwards, I'll probably just boot up stream again.
Nice.
You are locked into setting it all up.
Well, asking any of my players, and this is usually how it goes, setting up for SOT was like 2 months, 2 or 3 months or something like that. But that entire time was just me working on stuff. Same thing with CTF. CTF, we spent a good long while just setting up the game. I like making sure that everything is nice and good. Weirdo.
Weirdo.
A little. I want my players to be like, oh, this motherfucker actually put thought into it. Wow.
Oh, you. We all
Yeah.
know you put a lot of thought into this. Silly.
There's a difference between me using the beginner box maps and being like, yeah, I don't know how any of this makes sense with Adis. I don't know who Abadar is. Versus me being like, hey, I redid the beginner dungeon to make it fit in Adis.
I'll make my own beginner box.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny when I release it on Patreon and it's once again hyper specific to Adis.
I mean,
Nice.
people like Adis. They'll be stoked.
That's all wrap. I appreciate it, Karzani. That's very kind of you, brother. I'm very excited to run it, and I've already sort of rather there's a hopeful part of me that's like, God, I hope my players enjoy Pathfinder because I really do. And even if they don't, we're gonna go back and we're gonna finish up. We're gonna continue playing SOT, and once we've concluded SOT, whenever that is, I just know that my next game is going to be a Pathfinder game, regardless of the outcome.
I think they'll like it.
There's one I'm wary about. She's always very stubborn. She's perhaps the most stubborn person I know in my life. And she doesn't take too well to like big changes. There's like a set familiarity, and then once you change that is when she starts to struggle a little.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the others have shown an interest and an expression in wanting to try other things, so I'm not too worried about them. It's a unique system, and the tools it gives PCs are. I agree. Like their system for multi-classing, way fucking cooler than it is for 5th edition.
I like that there's also just stuff that is just straight up not even like they're only archetypes. So you can just basically, it's like, I don't like this class feat, give me another.
Yeah, that's why I really liked that. It's like a pick and choose. You make your own character type deal.
And then the nice little counterbalance of once you've did that, you can't take another one until you've invested a little bit into it.
Correct. What I heard Lore talk about it was the free archetype variant rule, and I was trying to understand how that makes sense because it still feels like Gestalt leveling to me.
What?
The free archetype variant rule, which is at level 1, you take another class's archetype as well, along with your own.
I don't think it was a class archetype. I thought it was your heritage archetype.
It's
Or
specifically
your heritage feature.
So the free archetype, I believe it's and Lore can correct me if I'm wrong, but how I understood it is basically it's kind of like, let's say you're having like a theme campaign, like, oh, they're all at like a magic academy, but you know, not everyone wants to play a caster. It could be like, oh, you know, you're a fighter and then you get the wizard archetype or the sorcerer archetype. And then when you get that extra feat at those levels, you use it specifically for that archetype.
Yeah. Every even numbered level, so 2, 4, 6, 8, all the way to 20, you get a free archetype feat that you get to put into an archetype of your choice. That's all it does. It's like having a second class, I guess. Like a baby class.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
I like to think of it as having employment.
I was under the impression it was like an extra like racial feat or something background.
Yeah. It's archetype feats, which are like class feats. It just
So
gives
it's
you
not like
another slot.
an extra rogue feat when you're a wizard. I thought it was more like
It can
an
be.
extra, like if your background's medic, you get the medic feat and your class feat.
I think I need to see it in play for me to better understand it, because I still don't think I understand it all too well.
I'll make one and show it to you. I'll be right back.
You tend to use villain actions from MCDM. You can put them into Pathfinder as well. Oh, really? I didn't think Pathfinder lent itself to like what's the equivalent of like legendary actions. I thought that would screw shit up too much.
I think it just depends on how you do it. Like, you could even do like lair actions by making them like complex hazards or stuff like that. Like, I can't remember who brought up the whole like, oh, there's a magma creature that's healing in the magma or something like that. So it's like, oh, what if I use water spells or something to get it out of the magma where it can't benefit from it?
Pretty cool. You can if you aren't careful.
Yeah, like that Kraken, if I ever decide to rethrow it at the players that escaped barely from it, I would be like, oh, you know, they're on a ship, they have, you know, cannons or trebuchets or something like that to give them a fighting chance or give them a little extra something they can do or use. And at the end of the day, you know, for encounters, it's if you're thinking of something fun, at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's kind of your vibe. Like it's kind of like what you want to do. Like, are you open to them using X, Y, or Z or capitalize on that to potentially give them an extra edge in a, what would be a, on math, a scary encounter?
That was something Lore was revealing, was that a lot of the encounters we were fighting were pretty rough, but the beginner box gives you advantages that you can use, like terrain, for example. Like terrain basically hindering creatures sort of evens the playing field, even if the creature is a more severe encounter.
Yeah, and then also, yeah, and then if players, because it's very team oriented, work together, like that caster, when I was looking at it and reading its stuff, was afterwards was pretty likely to fuck us up or could potentially wreck us. But the way, Sizzle feared it and everyone set stuff up, and then those blessings we picked up allowed us to take it out before it could really act.
Well, the kobold with command.
Yeah, and I think it had some other spells too, I believe.
It does. Let me pull it up. I have the beginner box open. Yeah, so she's got Detect Magic, Figment, Gouging Claw, Message. She has Command, and then she has 3 casts of Force Barrage.
Yeah, that right there. Force Barrage, the legally distinct magic missile.
She just straight up obliterates you with 3 action Force Barrage.
Yeah, but, because we kind of all alley-ooped, then we were able to just take her out before she could really do anything, and I thought that was really schneet.
I'm schneeting.
Pretty dope.
I think one of the other things that really drew me is I don't have a problem with players coming back to life. I like the idea that death is not necessarily an inconvenience, but you kind of have to work to bring someone back. And having it baked in the rules, so instead of getting a Revivify at 5th level, most of that stuff is significantly later levels of bringing someone back.
Well, I'm still gonna, at least for my setting, I'm still gonna keep it that a church, so long as it has an appropriate level priest or deacon, can bring somebody back if you have the right.
Yeah, I also like the spells for, because there's actually a crit success, degrees of success. And if you critically fail it, they could come back as like an undead or some other creature.
That's terrifying.
It's like the critical failure is something goes horribly wrong. An evil spirit possesses the body. The body transforms into a special kind of undead, or some worse fate befalls the target. And so there's like archetypes or like stuff that you could throw in. Like there's a ghost one, there's a ghoul one, there's vampire and other circumstantial stuff. So it can still bring them back, and depending on how you coordinate with the player, it could add a new dynamic or curveball to their character. Like a cleric that hates undead, falls in battle, and then they get brought back as the very thing they hate. And trying to reconcile with that.
Karzani, are these free actions? Is that what I'm seeing? The little empty action tab? Or is it you just have dark mode enabled?
Wow.
The diamonds that are like hollow.
I'm trying to see if Karzani, if that's a free action or if that's an action, but they just have like a weird
Karzani. How do you spell it?
They posted in Creation Showcase that some villain actions that they made, because I like villain actions from MCDM.
They're free actions, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't tell if it was because of the coloring. The kobold trap maestro begins to yap alarmingly in Draconic. Those that speak this language can understand rapid-fire callouts, so what can be assumed. Be specific orders than you think, beckoning reinforcements for the next round. On initiative 20 this round, and every other round thereafter until round 4 kobold lackeys will arrive and will act on the same initiative. Interesting.
Oh, okay, so they use it like legendary reaction or legendary actions.
On initiative 10, the kobold trap maestro will throw out 3 floor hazards onto the field. They will not be marked how you can see them, and will only be revealed by a search or stride. Parentheses, you do not want to stride into them. Steps will not activate them unless the trap maestro manually triggers them with an action on his turn. Money for. Oh, neat. Okay.
How do I stride towards them? That's the neat thing. You don't.
Trait uses a scamper ability. They leave behind a trap in their original space that uses statistics from Act 2 Watcher Step. Ah. Bring Bastard. Manual trigger. The trap master manually triggers a trap a player is standing on with it. Ah, that's really cool. I like that.
A test of your reflexes.
I see. So you set them to various points in the initiative. Instead of it being like going after a player's turn, they activate it and then it takes a place in the initiative counter.
This sounds dangerous. This is like what am I thinking of? Traps is like creatures.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The traps
shame.
also have their own hit points and stuff too.
Mm.
So if you were to seek it, which is how you would be able to find the traps, unless you were to stride on top of it.
Guys, I found it as it's clutched to my leg.
Hey, you know, I'm a trap detector as it bites into my leg and does 13 damage.
Gentlemen, it's not that I'm in trouble. I've simply disarmed the trap.
You would seek on your turn, because you would watch them basically hurl out these traps. You would seek on your turn to try and find one, and then they would reveal, hey, this trap is a simple trap or whatever. It has an AC of like 18. It has 15 hit points, and it has like a hardness of 8. So you would go, oh, fuck. Okay, so now I need to hit this thing. I either need to disarm it with a thievery check, like a DC 20 thievery check or something, or I can beat the shit out of it. But I need to beat the hardness 8 to deal any significant damage to this thing.
Yeah.
So is that what hardness means? You have to do that minimum amount of damage.
Yeah, so if it has hardness 8 and I deal 7 damage to it, it doesn't take any damage.
Ooh,
if I deal
so
15, the remaining damage, 8 is subtracted from that, and the remaining damage goes through.
I see. So once isn't the only people stealing from Paizo. Larian is also stealing from Paizo. Very good.
The audacity. But yeah,
they
like
have the
shield.
toughness mechanic, which is the same thing. They usually have it on like doors and stuff, where you have to do like 10 damage before you can actually do damage to like a stone door.
Yeah, which is
Or
what
brick
makes
wall.
it. Yeah, which is what makes, you know, like traps and stuff like that really useful if you have an inventor or a thief, or, you know, if it's like a magic trap, a wizard can, or a caster with Arcana can dispel it. Shields actually have hardness, which is why Crown was raising their shield.
I was trying to tell that to Tristan, because Tristan was wondering how shields worked. And I was like, okay, so my shield, my steel shield, has a break value of 10. It has a hardness of 5, and it has 20 hit points. I have my shield raised on my turn. A creature hits me. I raise my shield to block. So I block as a reaction. The creature dealt 15 points of damage. 5 of that is eaten by the hardness value of my shield. The 10 is then split. Oh, it's not split. I am dealt 10 points of damage. My shield is dealt 10 points of damage. And now because I reached my break threshold for my shield is now considered broken.
Mm.
Meaning I can't raise my shield anymore.
How do you fix your shield?
With crafting and downtime.
You can repair it, and it takes 10 minutes. Or if you have a special feat, you can do it in like X amount of actions.
I was worried. I was like, oh, dude, nobody's gonna want to use a shield if you fucking if it breaks so quickly. But then I was like, oh no, if you have like crafting tools or like the crafting skill and shit like that, you can basically just pop that out after the fight's over and be good to go again. I think there is something to be said, like your shield can outright explode.
Yeah, if all of its hit points are reduced, then it goes bye-bye. That actually reminded me of a question. I don't know if Laura's AFK or not.
What's up?
So, because I was looking at the rust monster and things that can deal damage.
Why are you looking at that? What have your players done to you?
I'm looking at that.
Exist. No, because I was looking at it because it's like, oh, it can, like, one of its actions or something is it can deal damage to weapons and armor. But I noticed that like armor and stuff when I look at it, default doesn't really have a hardness or HP. Is it based off of what it's made out of?
Yeah, you would go through the material rules.
Okay, good to know.
There was a minute there where I didn't fully grasp shields, where I thought all the damage went into the shields after reduction. I was like, damn, shields are OP. Dude, for a half a second when I was learning, I was like, shields fuck in Pathfinder. My God. Dude, fighter's eating good. And then he was like, half the damage gets carried over to you too. And I was like, oh, I see.
Not like this.
I'm abusing my shield is what I'm doing. My poor shield.
Or wait, is it half or full?
Baby.
If you go into shields fully, though, you can get some pretty good shit.
Oh, so there's shield feats, right?
That's exactly what I'm banking right now, actually, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
I'm making someone with a big shield.
And you can get runes and stuff on it that can make shields far more, like increase their hardness. And
I'm assuming there's like iron or steel shields or mithril shields that are like nigh indestructible at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shield I was looking at, like the dragon resistance shield, or dragon breath shield, or something like that. That has like
that would have been helpful in our fight.
Yeah, it absorbs. Well, it only works if the scale that's made into it is made from the dragon type you're trying to resist. So we would have needed a poison scale to resist that dragon's breath.
Racist shield.
It gives you a +2 circumstance bonus to saving throws versus their breath weapons. And that's only if the scale built into the shield is the same as the one you're fighting.
Yeah.
But it has like a hardness of 8. So like there's already shields and that's not even a magical shield.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what some of the magical shields get, like fucking hardness 20 type deal.
Mm-hmm. There's a shield called an indestructible shield.
What does it do?
Is it truly indestructible?
Good question.
Fucking vibranium shield.
I'm gonna be pissed if it's not actually indestructible. That's false advertising.
An indestructible shield is a high-grade, greater reinforced adamantine shield. Hardness 17, HP 136. That can withstand just about any damage. It can be damaged only by the disintegrate spell. Or by an artifact tied to destruction. There you go.
It's a really fucking petty lich out there. Like,
how much you spend on that?
My entire, like, several villages worth of money for this shield. What the fuck? Idiot.
There are some cantrips that function like raise shield, but without risking your shield from breaking. Oh yeah, doesn't I thought Sione had like that. I thought Sione had like a shield cantrip. Let me look. I'm peeping.
She had the shield cantrip.
Shield has a hardness of 5. You can use your shield to reduce the damage from any spell or magical effect, even if it doesn't deal physical damage. After you shield block, the spell ends and you can't cast it again for 10 minutes. Nice.
Yeah.
It gives you. It doesn't have the HP or anything like that. So you'd block 5 points of damage, and then the remaining 10 would get chunked into you. Still pretty cool. Don't have to worry about a shield breaking.
Also exemplars, which is the bullshit god class. One of their iconics, I believe, is like a regenerating shield.
I'm gonna hop down for the game. I'll see you there.
All right. Oh yeah, it is game time. All right, I'm gonna save. Gentlemen. I will be back. Actually, let me see. What is the tab that you guys talk? Can you guys talk real quick?
How
much do I want to? Because what I could do is I could mute both of the audio tracks that have me and you guys talking. So when I go in that Discord, they wouldn't hear anything. They would just hear the music and then watching me map make.
Wah wah.
Or do I
Quiet
want
radio
to
screen.
back and stream?
Think of the viewership.
Think of the views. Think of the content.
Mhm.
The content. Mm.
It's all about
What
the
do you think,
content.
chat? What do you think? What do you think, chat?
All right. I'll start up stream again, but only if all of you promise to come back. Every single one.
Nah, I think this is a good place to call it for today. We did a lot.
Right.
We did a
All
lot.
right.
We made this entire case system, and I'll probably end up working on it after game. I'll just post updates in the DM showcase, so get your guys' opinions and shit like that. But I gotta go. So why don't you
Alright,
guys go ahead and
have
say
a good
goodbye to
one.
chat?
Also good about. So long, chat.
Goodbye, chat. I'll remember you all in therapy.
I'll send the Jasons later. Bye, chat.
Excellent.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, chat. Thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting the stream. I know a short stream today. I do apologize. I would have liked to have gone for longer. I did sort of forget about it's not that I forgot, it's that I slept for so goddamn long. My body was like, exhaustion, I'm dying. So I slept like a big old motherfucking baby. But yes, the next time you will see me will be tomorrow, where we keep working on this. Hopefully I've made some progress in the interim. And it'll be after my Vampire the Masquerade session 0. So, yeah. All right, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic night. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Hug your loved ones. Tell them that you love them. And I will see you all later. Good night, chat.